Yo, salute. It's your boy Gamer KSK back here with another one here to do a weekly. It shouldn't be too long, even though I have a lot of questions and things to talk about. I don't want to make it too long, man. It's Martin Luther King weekend. I want everybody to, be able to rest because you always know the day before the holiday is typically the best. So I don't want to be here too long. I apologize for coming on late. I wanted to come on here a little bit earlier. Just really busy with some stuff, man. Appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. As people come in, about 15 people watching, hit the likes, man. Shoot to my brother Joe Madden, bro. I text this guy Joe Madden, bro. He can't even hit me back up, man. Just trying to see how you doing, bro. Trying to see where you at, man. Sheesh. Shoot to Joe Madden, man. That's my guy, man. But hold on, let me just refresh this page. Sorry about that. Suit to everybody in the chat, man. Chris B, Juan Carlos Gebhardt Ruby, excuse me. Says salutes, excuse me, from Mexico. Oh crap. Oh, nah, Joe, I did text you. What? Oh, I'm gonna text you right now, bro. Let me know this is you, cause I literally text you, Joe Madden. Yes, I did. Yes, I'm not gonna say your number, obviously. Yes, I texted you, bro. Watch. Yo, I text you. This is all the way in November though. But I text you in November, bro. Yeah, I didn't get a text back, and I was like, all right, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen you, so I was like, I don't know if you changed. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I was just saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying, man. Anyway, salute to everybody, man. Devon Fisher, salute my guy. By the way, man, salute to condolences to the Cowboys, man. That was a crazy game. I did not know the 49ers defense was that good. Sheesh. 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 I don't know what the Cowboys do now, man, but that was a tough game. That was a tough game, man. I can't front, man. And of course, because I like CeeDee Lamb because he's on my fantasy team. That was tough, man. I knew that wasn't a first down. Obviously, they make the punt and then the QB sneak on. That's tough, man. That is a tough way to go out. But yeah, these playoffs, that was probably the best game of the playoffs so far. These are the games of the playoffs have been trash. So, condolences to the Cowboys. Again, people may think because Hinton and GRP, I'm not a Cowboy hater. I don't hate the Cowboys. I talk my trash, but I really don't. Maybe because I'm AFC East, I really don't hate the Cowboys. Juan Carlos said, my 49ers are damn fine. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, but y'all were trying to get rid of your man, what's this guy's name? Freaking Garoppolo. Now y'all love him, huh? Now y'all love him, huh? Let's see if Trey Lance is ready by next season. But yeah, your boy, you got some receivers, man. I like Brandon Ayuk. I liked him from Arizona State. Jets weren't gonna get him. I like Debo Samuels when he came out of South Carolina. He turned on this season. Was he 1,400 yards? About I think 6 TDs, is it? 6. But he's like a super gadget play, man. He said, nah, I still hate the dude. You hate the dude, but he's helping a team right now, bro. 3,800 yards this season. I think he had about 20-some touchdowns. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for the $5 super chat. It says Donald Cannon. It says, so you're going to support the real football team in New York? I ain't going to support. I support them yesterday because they beat y'all mollywopped the Patriots. That was beautiful. But I can't wait to see you guys lose, man. You guys got to lose. You guys got to lose to KC, man. You're not worthy. You're not worthy of Rodgers in a Super Bowl. You're not worthy. You're not worthy of that. So let's chill out with that. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's chill, man. But let me tell a quick story real quick. Martin Luther King weekend. This was years ago in my old job. Oh man, I forget this lady's name. Damn, I see her too, man. I see her literally right in my face. I can't remember. My boy Elon would probably remember. Can't remember this lady's name right now. Why am I forgetting it? And she had tickets for Martin Luther King weekend, and we're just there. And she's a white woman, white old woman. And it wasn't awkward for me, but I was just like, I'm just waiting for something awkward to happen. So they showing all these Martin Luther King, like tributes and civil rights things and other stuff. And the lady says something like, "Oh, you're too young to understand that stuff, blah blah." And I'm just like, ugh. As a black man, it's like I may have been too young, but I still feel those things. I understand it. I know the history. Still, some of those things still happen day by day. It's like, just enjoy the damn presentation. You don't have to say anything. Just shut up. You know what I mean? Like, don't talk. Just And I forgot, I told all my boys this for my old job, and they just died laughing. Oh yes, now I remember her name. Her first name was Gail. I can't say her last name. 'Cause I hope she's fine. But yeah, I don't want to say her last name. But yeah, her name is Gail, and I know her last name too. If I say if I because her last name rings with her first name because how she used to say it. But suit to Gail, man. I hope everything is well. But yeah, that was my awkward Martin Luther King uh, game experience with her. She was yikes. That I mean, I didn't. It was just awkward. It wasn't that bad, but it was just like, shh, simmer down. All right, so let's get to this, man. She was too old to understand. Yeah, she. The thing about it is that it wasn't. There was no ill intentions when she said it. I think she was trying to break the kind of like the monotonous like atmosphere. It was just like, not monotonous. That's not the right word. Like the kind of just like solemn atmosphere. Everybody's just sitting there, just like, okay, we recognize it, and just saying like, wow, just do, just not even say anything. I would have just been like, okay, I don't need you to do anything. You know what I mean? But she was a nice lady. She gave me tickets, man. So, suit to her. People are like, oh, you're gonna break her off now? I'm like, yo, you guys are sick, man. Leave me alone, man. But suit to Gail. Anyway, let's get to this Knicks game. So, I'm gonna just cover this Knicks game real quick. 'Cause I'm gonna cover more of R.J. Barrett. But yesterday, just watching the game again or watching the possessions again, the Knicks win, beat the Hawks. Excuse me. I don't say handily, but it was a solid recovery. Lord Jesus. Excuse me. It was a solid win. The guys recovered at the end of that fourth quarter. We talked about it yesterday. Can the Knicks does this game give you any feeling that you could beat this team come the playoffs? There were some things like again, Mitchell Robinson playing drop coverage bugged me out. The fact that they have a guy like Trae Young, who look, kill Trae Young what you want. The kid is still a top 10 point guard in the league. There were some times again that he pulled up lame and just did not take the shot. And obviously he could get hot from the outside. Obviously the main guy yesterday was Gallo. And it was more of a Gallo, a Kongu kind of thing where I think, yeah, they took out a Kongu and put back in Gallo. So it's what do you want, rim protection or Gallo's ability to play make? And that kind of saved us a little bit because they started chucking threes at the end. I would say, we were killing Randall last night, but really it was actually R.J. Barrett in that third quarter, shot 2 for 7 from the field. Missed a few takes to the basket. He was 8 for 20 for the night, and nothing crazy special. Julius Randle out there played a decent game. There's some parts of the third quarter. He did go 2 for 4 in the third quarter, so it's not as bad as people make it seem. And salute to my guy, Tudo Zuri. I apologize, man, or my condolences for your loss today, man. That was a tough loss. Thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, Saludo, Gmo, drop by your office to pay our proper respects, and for the Giants Nation, slap all Eagles fans, losers out of doors all day. Forget about it, man. Oh, you're a Giants fan. My bad. Not an Eagles fan. My bad. You hate the Eagles. I apologize. Yes, you can, of course. Gerald Sports Jr. in the building. Gerald Sports, I'm going to go over the game real quick. If you want to talk about... Actually, you know what? Let me set it up, because if you want to talk about the game, but I want you to really, really talk about... We're going to talk about R.J. Barrett before we talk about Cam Reddish, but I got a whole bunch of questions on your man, Cam Reddish. I need your insight. As much as we kill... Not kill. I don't want to use that word, but... As much as we get on my guy, Gerald Sports, man, he always gives us great color on the Hawks. So, they said Cam should be back by Sunday, 123. Oh, Jesus. What is this? So, yeah, let's get, back to the game. What the hell is it? Oddly enough, as good as, and they talk about yesterday, I don't remember, it was Hinton. I don't remember who said it exactly, but as good as our starters have started to look or are looking, our bench, man. We have some issues on the bench. Do we truly have a guard to kind of set up those guys? Derrick Rose being out definitely hurts us. Obi Toppin is a non-factor. Amir quickly again had an okay night. I believe he had, 9 points yesterday. And he's still, again, trying to come along in terms of playmaking. There's a long way to go with Quickly. Quickly last night was 1 for 6, actually. He did not have 9 points. Grimes had 9 points, excuse me. Quickly played about 20 minutes. He was only 3 points, 1 for 6 from the field. He'd have 5 rebounds, but only 1 assist. And so the thing with Quickly too is he's better off as a combo guard, because scoring and playmaking. We need a legit guy on that bench to lead that second unit to set guys up. At this point, I'm not going to kill Obi Toppin. It is what it is. If he's going to be any type of contributor this season, if he's not traded, we definitely need. We could use him moving baseline. He also needs to hit those shots. But in terms of just his impact, that's kind of generated by a guard. You could definitely use his ability to cause havoc at the back lines of defenses. And right now, we just don't have that guard. Derrick Rose, hopefully, he becomes back. I still think Derrick Rose is on the trading block. But a guy like Derrick Rose definitely could open up Obi Toppin, open up that bench, man, because that bench, the production is kind of piss poor right now. McBride is probably out the rotation or like that immediate rotation for right now. As Tom Thibodeau said, he wants to play. What was it? He said he wants to play. I think he said he wants to play. People saying 11 men. I think given protocol and stuff like that, maybe, but I think he's gonna show that up, especially as we go on this run after January 23rd. Like our bench yesterday only 18 points, sit at 45. So tough going about it, but R.J. Barrett. I still want to talk about R.J. Barrett. This kid. When we talk about his production, people talk about consistency. Some people want to hate. I'm not talking about anybody on here, but people want to hate. I'm seeing on Twitter, people, oh, R.J. Barrett. Like, just go off. It's all right, man. Just do your thing, man. But definitely R.J. Barrett. These past several games, since December 29th, R.J. Barrett's game has definitely taken a turn for the better. You call it consistency. I think a bit of his usage, how Tom Thibodeau is utilizing R.J. Barrett. Let me get to this. Move over to where is my freaking slideshow? My son R.J. Barrett. You see from January 29th, he's been absolutely killing it for the Knicks. His production has been, excellent. I know people might kill me, but I think he really wants that extension. Now, if you look at this again, 23.7 points versus 14.6 before that. Field goal percentage 47.2% off of 18.2 field goals a game versus 39.5% from the field. 3-point percentage is around 41% versus 33 earlier this season. Usage rate has gone up. For people saying R.J. Barrett doesn't need more usage, he needs to be this and that. I agree that he has to be consistent for the touches he gets, but again, the way that Tom Thibodeau is utilizing him is opening up his game. Sorry, my bad. Some people are in the stream route already. Let me add myself. Yo, guys in the stream route, I'm going to get to you guys in like 2 seconds. Just want to go over this R.J. Barrett thing. If you want to talk about it a little bit too, I'll let you guys in. If you see, again, where he's scoring on the court, 61% at the rim versus 56% earlier this season. Frequency of 41 to 36%. Again, him attacking the basket by keeping it's not just him attacking the basket, but it's also him using a hesitation dribble, taking 1-2 extra steps to catch the help defender off balance, to catch his main defender once you catch him on the hip off the screens, off balance as well too. You know what I mean? Shooting fouls again has gone up at 16.6%, which is good for 94th percentile versus 10.2% early on, which is good for 81st. Again, R.J. Barrett was still drawing a decent amount of shooting fouls, but the way he's getting it now, again, the physicality, he's embracing being physical. He's embracing the contact, using the leverage. And also, he's becoming a lot more savvy. You know what I mean? Faking it till you make it. How many times you see R.J. Barrett, driving and kind of wrap around, catch the defender where his hands shouldn't be? I mean, I know guys like Chuck, Suit to Chuck. Chuck will say, oh, that's being cheap. But hey, it's a basketball skill. They allow it. You use it to the best of your advantage. Now, obviously, you don't overuse it, but, drawing fouls isn't on the NBA. Mid-range shots could still be a little bit better. Long mid-range at 40 versus 37%. Short mid-range shots have definitely shot up from 38% to 27%. Again, the frequency is just slightly higher. He's always been taking those shots at the basket, where it's it's near the rim, but it's not at the rim. Those floaters. I still think his touch is still off. I don't think it's where it needs to be. So Drew Hanlon got to work on R.J. Barrett. Touch is a major focal point for R.J. Barrett to become an elite finisher near the rim. Or quasi-elite, let me say. Corner 3-point shots, 36 versus 30. I think that was just more of just getting comfortable. RJ is a slow starter. I'll call him that. And that's not even to say that he's made it yet as a complete player, but he definitely seems like a slow starter. Non-corner threes, 43 versus 36%. And some of the keys that I wrote down for RJ's breakthrough. Primary ball handling, the pick and roll. We all see that with RJ Barrett. Where now these are full season stats because they don't break it out by date, unfortunately. But primary ball handling this season, last season, I believe he was below average. This season he ranks for good. Earlier this season he was ranking below average as well too, right? But this season, again, he's averaging 43.7% from the field, 44.8% effective field goal shooting. That's more no. That's understandable given the fact that you're not seeing R.J. Barrett shoot a lot of threes off of the screens, even though he shot. I think he shot 1 or 2 yesterday. 0.847%, 8.847 points per possession from the pick and roll. Turnover percentage is definitely down as well too, 5.1% versus 7.4% last season. Again, better footwork on attacking the basket. The read and react offense, he can decide whether to call the screens or not, but he has an advantage. Again, the Knicks love to run that weave play with him, Randall, and whoever else is on one side. Sometimes you have RJ. They pass it back out to RJ on the other wing, and he has it. He'll take it that whoever defender is one-on-one. They also run a lot of pistol sets for him to get him in that pick and roll action aggressively and early with his center. So that definitely helps RJ Barrett, who's a north to south type of hitter. And also the mid-range attempts given to help coverage. Like I just pointed out the mid-range shots. As you see, the frequency slightly up, but again, you see him being a lot more aggressive off the screens. I think the increase in that in the percentages that I point out with the mid-range shots are coming from his play in the pick and roll, right? Because those percentages, the mid-range percentages, are just his total mid-range shots. But I think a lot of that, is coming from the pick and roll sets that he's running. And we look at the Knicks offense, even though the Knicks offense is still relatively, kind of putrid, it has gone up 105.4 points a game, which is good for 24th in the league versus 102, which is good for 29th. And this is comparing that 29th date, that December 29th, 2001 date, before and after. Field goal attempts, 86.7 a game, which is good for 23rd in the league, which is better than 82.7, which is 30th in the league. And assist a game as well, too, 21.4 assist a game, 29th in the league, which is still not great, versus 19.7, which is 30th. I'm going to have to check that number. That number might be, but you know what, though? But it's also checking now. So this is, it's kind of apples to pears, if that makes sense. Might be, my bad. I'm sorry. I just screamed out. I thought Andrew Wiggins just caught Vanderbilt. But RJ Barrett, man, we're seeing RJ grow right before our eyes as a playmaker. Some people doubt it. I get it. But the usage, getting that little space off the screens to cause a little bit of havoc against defenders. You see RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett was working on catching defenders on the hip last season. This season is more about hesitation, dribble. He and Drew Hanlon talked about acceleration, deceleration at the basket. I still think he has to work on that. But one thing I like RJ, what he does, which is kind of illegal, which is the little wrap around thing he does with his arm when he attacks the basket. But if it works, it works. And I want to show a few examples of RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Just let's just go with the flow real quick. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's not hate. Let's not hate on my son RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? So this was against the Dallas Mavericks. Now, there are a bunch of them. I'm not going to show everything. But just the way that RJ Barrett was playing against Dallas, there were some reads I thought he made a little bit wrong, even though he scored the basket. So you see this one, RJ Barrett. Kleber kept playing drop coverage. He wraps around. It's good. Now, with that play, I would love for RJ Barrett, when he comes at the foul line or gets to the foul line, pause. I know some people are going to say some crazy crap. RJ Barrett, I would love for RJ Barrett to shoot that little mid-range shot there. Now, Kleber was a weak interior defender that night, right? And his drop coverage, he just couldn't really stand in front of RJ Barrett or really defend him. But I would love for RJ Barrett to hit that little mid-range shot. Some you saw in the what game? What was the game right after Dallas? Or did you just play Dallas? Why am I forgetting this? No, it was Dallas we just last played. My bad. I'm probably confused with the Pacers game. It was the Dallas game. We hit the little mid-range shots. And they're here. My brain is fried. RJ again with the mid-range shot set up by Randall with finally a decent pick. RJ again slides off. Randall sets a 50% pick. Again, RJ, and these are all screen plays. RJ Barrett. This is the weave play I was talking about. RJ gets a screen by Mitch, and this is one where he attacks the basket. There's one where he shoots a little mid-range shot. This might be it. Yep. Stop. No. Takes it again to the basket. That's the only one he missed in that second half. But there was one that RJ Barrett shot that I was really impressed by. This might be it. Yep. RJ Barrett gets a screen by Mitch. He's in no man's land. And just look at RJ Barrett. Look at the IQ grow. I ain't gonna call high IQ yet. But Powell, you see THJ is basically gonna roll with Mitch. RJ Barrett has Powell's playing drop coverage, a better defender than Kleber, and there's no space really because I think that's Brunson, who kind of cuts off any type of angle. RJ Barrett just takes what's given, shoots a little stop and pop, and that's it. We out of here, man. And just to hurt Gerald Sports real quick, I'm going to show the Hawks. I was mollywopping the Hawks yesterday. You know what I'm saying, man? This thing can actually play. Yeah, now we with the Hawks. These bum-ass Hawks. Um, uh, my bad. It's R.J. Barrett with the screen. Not as good as as the Dallas Mavericks, but you see him again trapping on the hip. Get the screen by Taj. Hesitation. Drive to the basket. Look at that beautiful hesitation. Look at that beautiful hesitation. My son R.J. Barrett, Okongwu playing drop coverage. I believe that's DeAndre Hunter, who's a good defender. Camera covering time. Okongwu doesn't trap. Didn't trap well enough here. Gives R.J. Barrett some sunlight. He's expecting DeAndre Hunter to close out. Bad defense. R.J. Barrett takes his game. And this was I wanted him to make this. That little start and stop. Yo, R.J. Or stop and start. Excuse me. R.J. Barrett with the lefty draws a foul. The rest were a little ticky-tacky. So, as I know you got the foul, I'm not going to give too much credit to R.J. Barrett on that one. This will play out. That little hop step. Look at this. What you talking about, son? What are you talking about, son? And there's a volume playing on this one? There should be no volume on any of these videos. If there's, hold on, let me make sure. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to make sure. All right, we good. There's no. Just want to make sure. Again, drop coverage by R.J. Barrett. You're seeing the growth of this kid. Again, not the greatest of games yesterday. You know, I didn't like a few plays like this one. He could have kept driving to the basket. He has to keep attacking because, look, do I want him to shoot off the dribble? Yeah. But again, take what the defense is giving you. Mitch is right rolling to the basket. Dieng was playing drop coverage. Like you attack that a little bit more. If you make the shot, have the same qualms, right? RJ gets the screen by Mitch. Throws with the floater. The ugly floater is good. Again, RJ Barrett on the break. Gets the screen by Mitch. This one they hit the ball out of his hands. But he had a basically advantage with Mitch. Doesn't take it. I was a little disappointed in that. But again, RJ Barrett, man. We're seeing the growth of my son, R.J. Barrett. Eat your food, my boy. Now, let me let some people into the stream because they're about to kill me. Salute to Gerald Sports. Also, salute to Joe Madden.
What's happening, guys? How you doing?
Salute. We're good, man. Yo, you're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay. No, I'm just making sure because you guys, New York people, like the Cowboys, oddly enough, too. But
yeah, I've never understood that. I find that is if you're in New York and you're a Cowboys or an Eagles fan, you're a traitor.
Oh, Lord Jesus! Thank God we don't have Hinton here tonight, man. Holy.
Yeah. And you shouldn't be a Knicks fan too because it doesn't make sense connecting the two.
Bruh, GG Legion yesterday.
Thank you, sir. So let's talk about that game yesterday, Gerald. What the?
I didn't watch the game. I was in the hospital for 7 hours.
Yes. I apologize. Yes, you were.
Jared, how does it feel? How does it feel being beaten twice by the Knicks this week?
He's not.
I'm not surprised. Y'all own us in the regular season. This team is terrible this year for some dumb, retarded reason.
No R word. I won't get in trouble. And everybody's saying salute to Joe Madden. Yeah, man, Joe Madden, he don't love us no more, man. He's too good for us. So salute to Joe Madden, man.
Nah, bro, I've been busy. And then every time I try to log in, you don't send the link out anymore.
You know what? Because I have the same link now. So if just keep this link, bookmark it, you're good.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't have to change the stream out anymore. Let me see. Yeah, people asking, is Gerald okay, man? Yes. I hope Gerald's okay, man.
Yeah, I'm okay. It still hurts, but I'm okay.
So Gerald, just one question. What do you think is going wrong for the Hawks this season compared to last season? Do you see, because what I see about the Hawks is last season they had the same type of start, and the second half they turned it on and they made the run. Do you see the same similarities as last season?
Absolutely not.
No?
No. We don't have those sorry, but no, we don't have Clint Capella right now. He's out for I don't know what reason. We traded Cam Relish, which I talked about on the panel most of the time about how he may go to the Knicks. He could be a point guard and he'll be okay. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the Hawks. This team is so talented, bro. We got rid of Lord Pierce, the bozo clown, as a head coach.
He was a bozo.
As Hawks fans didn't want no more, and now we're playing bad. When I'm watching the highlights, bro, y'all was up by so much, and then we was coming back. But the score didn't look like it for the final score, and I was just confused.
So
Lou Williams did his best, and everyone. I watched the highlights. We couldn't
I
stop
just
putting him on
I heard
Orlando.
on so there's this
I
thing called Hawks Fan TV on Twitter, a copy of Knicks Fan TV, right? And they'll complain
uh,
about McMillan, and they basically there are a lot of Hawk fans that want McMillan gone, and I thought that McMillan, because he loves point guards. If you look at his history, right, Seattle, Portland Trailblazers, Pacers, he lives through his guards, right, and now you also hear people complain about Trae Young is getting back to the Trae Young centric offense, something that you guys complained about right before Lloyd Pierce got fired. Remember that whole thing about Trae Young doesn't pass, all this other stuff. So
yeah.
is it a case of
And
the
he'll
coach, or do
make
you have a
dumbly passes, like he'll just throw right to the person. I'm like,
No,
bruh.
to
So
me,
do you think so?
it's not as
So
passing. It's too much ball handling leading through. True, as we said about Randall, Trey. But the thing about Trey is he's elite point guard. Problem with them is other guys aren't involved, and if Trey's not cooking, nobody's cooking.
so okay,
And guys
let me
aren't
ask you
making
this.
shots.
Let me ask you this. So let
You
me ask you: Is it
had
the coach,
upside.
or is it a coach? Is it Trae Young or the personnel? Because Bogdan is also having some trash games, bro. 15 points against the Heat,
Thank
but he
you.
was a minus 24.
John
No,
Collins
I mean,
apparently wants out. He wants a bigger role now. John Collins is looking to be moved.
but John
The
Collins had the same
reason
complaint.
as Cam Reddish, not getting the ball enough and not being involved in the offense because it's too Trae Young heavy.
I think Trae Young is going. I not to say he's going this year, right? Obviously, extension and that stuff, but I think
they're not going to get rid that under that GM no. Under that GM no.
If they falter, if they start losing, they might look to move that dude, man. And it's not a thing that Trae Young sucks, is that they're gonna start looking around, man. Because it'll be Nate McMillan to go next if that's the case, right? And it's only 1 year, and he's also an interim guy, or was an interim guy, right? It's gonna be. Then they're gonna look up at Trae Young and say, "Is Trae Young the problem?"
But there's more layers to that because that same GM, he traded back from Luka Doncic for Trae Young. So him trading Trae is more or less admitting I lost the trade.
That's a great point.
Hawks fans still think Hawks fans thought they won the trade because they got Cam and Trae, and now they lost Cam. But you giving up on Trae, because Trae is still an unbelievable point guard and talent. You just need to fix his shot diet, and he needs to move the ball more because everything seems to be he takes the last shot or the last pass. Or the first pass. It's always through him. And that's the problem. And
so
that's the problem that's a negative on offense, but then he's just a negative on defense too.
Oh, he's always a negative on defense. So what is the difference? Is it just that guys like Bogdan are not hitting? Like they're running the same thing you guys ran last season. At least in the second half of the year, right? What is it rotations? What is
we're missing our shots. We need our full 100% team. Now I'm starting to think that the last year's Hawks was a fraud.
Woo! Well, you guys should never got to you guys should have got to
I think there was luck involved too. I think they had an easier run. I think they got Philadelphia when Philadelphia were falling apart. They got the Knicks. With the Knicks were heavily favored, and the Knicks
No.
The
Knicks were not heavily favored. The Hawks were the
Yes, they
Knicks.
was.
No, they were not, bro. We talk.
Knicks in 5.
Knicks were not.
Knicks
No, I was saying that,
Knicks
but the Knicks were
in
not heavily favored. Or not I, but the chat was saying. But the Knicks were not favored against the Hawks, bro. They were not heavily favored against the Hawks. Y'all can look that up.
I didn't, bro. I think they were.
I'll look it up right now. Playoffs odds.
But to me, I think it was the Hawks got a break last year. They got Philly. If Ben Simmons didn't have this meltdown down before the series or the beginning of the playoffs, we might have been talking a different story.
Hawks
but that's the thing about the Hawks. The Hawks, after last year's conference finals, he went in and he put all his chips into this team instead of making a move. He paid all these wings. To me, he paid the wrong wings and let the wrong wing go, which is going to come back in a couple of years and might bite him. But what I'm saying is, they went out last year and they paid everybody. I get the Knicks done the same thing, but they paid a lot less. The only one they really big paid on was Randall. Everybody else, small contracts, so you can move them. None of them Hawks contracts to me are really movable.
I was surprised they didn't try to move Cam Reddish, move Gallo with Cam Reddish. I'm surprised, but also then what the Knicks traded, it seems like the league were not high on Cam Reddish.
I'd have moved Kevin Huerter before Reddish. I'd have thought about moving Bogdan before Reddish.
Bogdan has been terrible this year. He's been inconsistent.
And he's been in and out of the lineup. That's what confused me though. When Reddish was getting the minutes when Bogdan and Hunter were out, he was balling out. And now the two of them are back, and y'all want to move on from him when you can see Bogdan he's hurt again, right?
Yeah,
He was
he's
out,
out.
he was
Oh,
back,
yeah,
and
he's
he's
hurt
hurt,
day
right?
today.
Oh,
Yep.
So let me get to Cam Reddish. So we're gonna talk about the positives and negatives, and I need you, Gerald Sports, to hone in
Oh,
heavily on this.
brother.
So with Cam Reddish, who's now a New York Knick, I got some questions, but we get to questions in a little bit. Hold on, let me just get to this page real quick. And you guys are off, but they can still hear you, so you guys could talk when I finish this little segment. So again, some of the positives. You see Cam Reddish, he's an excellent 3-point shooter. And I apologize for the video I put out. I read that stat terribly wrong. Salute to DKA something music. I apologize. I can't remember the name exactly. For pointing that out. I have no problem righting my wrong. Excuse me. Pick and roll ability. Again, he's not elite, but he did show some ability these past 2 seasons. Last year he was better at 0.857 points per possession. This season it's around 0.84 points per possession. Pick and roll passing. Off of the pass that he makes, about 50% field goal percentage, which is good. 1.111 points per possession. He's actually good at kicking out to the spot up shooters, something that we need in this team with all the guys that we have, the Grimes and the Fourniers. Transition offense, he's pretty good in that regard, can attack the basket, even though he's not great at the rim, which is weird. But I guess more so in the half-court set. He's still, even though his defense is inconsistent, he is a good perimeter defender, only giving up 31% from the field, which is good for the 81st percentile. Playoff stats in mostly a bench role. He did average 12.8 points per possession, 52.8 percent from the field, 64.3% from the three-point line. So it's nice if he can't live up in the big moments. And there is a dirt that the big wing 3 position for the Knicks. We talk about Herb Jones all the time. We talk about Oubre. And not to say he's in the class of a Oubre, that's as crazy as that sounds, but he definitely has the potential to be a lot better than Oubre, just because he has natural playmaking ability, natural scoring ability, let me say. And that some of the negatives you see with your boy Cam Reddish, or as what's his name likes to say, Cam Relish, inconsistent on the offensive end. Does he need high usage? Now, when you look at his splits for the months this year, right? I think it was, hold on, I should have it here somewhere, and I do. For October, his usage rate was 27.7%, and that's where he arguably put up his best stats at 16.2 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 0.8 assists, on 46% shooting from the field, 43% from the three-point line, but he hasn't really reached those heights since. Now, he did in December have about a usage rate of around 24%. And he shot around he generated about 14.7 points a game, 2.1 rebounds, 1.5 assists on 40% shooting from the field, 39% from 3. So he's a guy that needs the ball in his hands to be effective, despite the fact that he can shoot, especially from the corners, which is something that Tom Thibodeau needs. Again, poor ISO numbers for as good as Cam Reddish seems to be with the ball in his hands in terms of, not as good, but the ability is there. He is only 2 for 15 in ISO situations this season so far, 13.3% from the field, and 0.588 points per possession, which is terrible. Again, his measurables have not fully translated on defense. You see flashes here and there. I'm going to show a little bit as these guys are talking, just to give you some video evidence of his ability. But again, for a guy who's, 6'8", I don't remember how heavy he is. You see flashes, but then he can get beat laterally. I've seen it a few highs.
I think he's like 220. I think he needs to put on an extra couple of pounds, to go up to 230 to really reach the potential.
He's another guy who struggled at the rim. He is averaging around 57%, which I always tell RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett right now I think is 61% from the rim. I might be slightly off, and that's not great, but it's a lot better than what we expect from RJ Barrett. But Cam Reddish is a better scorer than RJ Barrett, right? And also mentally, is he mentally mature to play in a team concept? From college, this guy's been kind of scoring a little bit. Because look, I know it sounds crazy, but we talked about this yesterday regarding Cam, RJ, and Zion. But in high school, he was having a ball. Now, granted, you're supposed to evolve from high school, but he was in a weird position with Duke, where he was basically playing off the ball and not really playing to any of his strengths. He goes to the Hawks. He has Lloyd Pierce, who's basically bullying him. To the point where he and other guys on the team, not just for the bully or trying to get Lloyd Pierce to the team, Nate McMillan comes and still really doesn't have a role for Cam Reddish, right? And you saw him come out today talking about he still thinks he could be a star, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But you do wonder, does he have the mentality to play within a team concept where he may not have that crazy high usage? Again, 27% usage in the first month this year. What was it? November? With RJ and Randall, RJ getting more usage. Right now, RJ in the last, since the game since December, he's had a 28% usage. Randall still, I think, around 28%. In these crunch time situations, now he might have some usage off the bench, but you're talking about those final rotations. Is he the closer? Is he the guy to stay in the corner? How do the Knicks utilize him, right? So there are some questions to be had. Let me get back to the panel so we could talk about it. I do have some other questions that I'll post up. Some questions are: what are the best lineups that work with Cam Reddish, or as your young boy likes to say, Cam Relish? Hold on, let me get to this freaking. I'm trying to get to this. Yo, OBS is bugged the f out, man. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds.
You're good.
Some of the questions: what are the best lineups that work with Cam Reddish? Who's the odd man out? Some people say Fournier. Some people say guys like Burks. Obviously, someone's getting traded. Can Cam Reddish play the Andrew Wiggins role? Andrew Wiggins has been killing it for the Warriors, man. Holy crap! You look at his numbers.
I just want to say to them about the talking about people I see, even on Knicks fan TV and some of the people commenting on stuff, even on Twitter, talking about them trying to maybe trade Randall or Fournier. Randall and Fournier aren't going anywhere. They played 40 games together and they're signed up for 4 years. These guys aren't going anywhere. To me that's bad asset management. Now,
well,
so
let me get through the rest
anywhere right now, at least until maybe the off season.
So,
if you're looking at anyone that's going to be out, I'm looking at Obi, bro.
Hold up, Joe. I'm gonna get right back to you. Let me let some people in the StreamYard real quick. So to Ethan, we got Evergreen in the building. We also got Ace of Kings in the building as well too. But let me just ask these questions, man, one by one. So I'm gonna talk about lineups. Who's an odd man out? Can Cam Reddish play or developing that Andrew Wiggins role? Can RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish eliminate the need for a prototypical point guard? We've talked about this. Hadouken also talked about this on the show. Can RJ Barrett be that RJ Butler role, right? Where you can have RJ, say a Fournier and a Cam playing all together. And also, Tom Thibodeau, this might be his biggest project. Now, some people might say Cat. I think Cat still might be his biggest project, but Cat, I think, had a baseline of production that even on Cat's worst, he still could give you 24 points a game, shoot efficiently from the field. But is this Tom Thibodeau's biggest project? Can he turn Cam Reddish like he did with Levine, make him a point forward, Jimmy Butler into a point forward, essentially? We're going to talk about the draft. Does this acquisition make the 2022 first-round pick expendable, where we kind of flip that first-round pick and get a key player, right? And we could talk about some of the guys that draft-a-thon, all these people talking about. Some people have taken Chandler from Tennessee. Some people have taken Max Christie from Michigan State. Jaden Hardy, Patrick Bone Jr., no. Keegan Murray. And also, does this trade, because we talked about this last week, you know what I mean? Does this trade change the perception of the front office for anybody who may have had a negative view of it? So I'm going to salute to my guys in the chat real quick. We got Hawks. We got your boy, my gosh, Gerald Sports. I'm freaking drawing a blank. Joe Madden, Ace of Kings, Ethan, Evergreen. I just want Gerald Sports real quick.
Blue Ace of Kings.
What up, baby? I was asking for you yesterday, baby.
Yeah.
You said what happened?
He was asking for you yesterday.
Yeah, I was asking about you yesterday.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. It was the worst day of my life yesterday. I was going through hell.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, I knew this was going to turn awkward. As soon as Ace asked that, not that Ace was wrong, I just knew it was going to get awkward, man. But, yo, Gerald.
No, he's good. It's not awkward.
I know. Dennis the Menace. Lord Jesus. So, Gerald, man.
He said Dennis the Menace? Like, yo, you wildin', bro.
Talk to me real quick about the strengths and weaknesses of Cam Reddish. Did I leave anything out? Please provide us with some color before we get to these questions. Is there anything else about Cam Reddish that we should know about?
Cam Reddish gets a little sloppy on defense. He's decent on defense. The thing I don't really like about him is he thinks he try to take it in his hands sometimes.
Hey, say it.
That's the only problem I have. He thinks he can. He just selfish sometimes with the ball. On
offense, yeah, he does. As someone said yesterday, he could be a little bit of a Emmanuel Quickly-ish on the court. Now, let me ask him: Is it
Quickly, man?
Is he as bad as Quickly from your eyes?
No. I mean, the dude dropped 36. As long as you can score and you play okay defense,
Hey, the Magic beat us twice this year.
Who?
They did.
Oh, the Magic beat y'all twice.
They did.
Ain't no way.
They did.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, he dropped
by the way,
Magic, but they beat us twice.
Hold on. Before y'all guys talk, can I just say something real quick? Because my son was struggling so far. Jalen Suggs, salute. Even though they got mollywopped yesterday, Jalen Suggs had a good game yesterday. I just want to point that out there because people were saying, "Yo, what's happening to your boy Jalen Suggs?" Like, yo, be patient. That's Chauncey. Y'all gotta chill out a little bit. Yeah, he was hurt. But before that, he was struggling. So, salute to Jalen Suggs for being uber aggressive yesterday to the basket. But so with cameras, can I ask you this though? Is it more so that they really didn't have a plan? They just kind of put the ball in his hands, come off the bench, and just go out there and score?
Yes.
Can he play within a team concept? Because I've seen him on a pick and roll, bro. He looks effective. As you guys are talking, I'm gonna show a few clips. So please, and anybody can chime in. You guys don't have to be all.
I think so. If the Knicks just give him the ball, and if he heats up, then watch out for the league.
See, to me, what he needs to do right now to get minutes in this team is stick to what he's good at. And when I see what he's good at is hitting the three ball, drawing to the basket, and playing defense when he wants to.
And by
he averaged 3 steals.
And these are just highlights showing Cam Reddish in the pick and roll. These guys are talking. And this came from I forgot the YouTube site, but please go follow this guy on Twitter, Matt Esposito. Please. These are his clips. He broke it down on Twitter. If you look up Cam Reddish in the pick and roll, literally like the first video is like a minute and some change. That's his video. This is not me trying to steal. I'm not trying to take any credit. Please go subscribe to the guy's channel. But yeah, Cam Reddish in the pick and roll, man. Like he has the ability to pass, has the ability to score, could shoot off the dribble. All the talent is there. He's such an effing tease, bro. He is such an effing tease, man.
Guillermo, you can kind of he kind of reminds you a little bit with his passing with like RJ, and him and Capella had that good chemistry going for a little bit. So that's I could see him and Mitch, if Mitch isn't moved, could have good chemistry there coming off that pick and roll. Because we do need another ball. We do need another ball handler unless they do make a move for a point guard. So I do see with that second unit him running a lot more pick and roll, but I do think that they need to use him a lot more off ball, hitting the corner three. That's where Tibbs needs to get him at the beginning. To get minutes, he needs to hit the corner three and play defense at the beginning. And then you're going to see him maybe, because with the way Tibbs is now, I don't see him getting a lot of minutes yet.
And it's not promised either. Tibbs already talked about those minutes.
Yeah, it's not promised. Even though they traded a number 1 pick for him, it's like, look, he has to come in. And he's right. He doesn't need to come in and give the kids minutes. It's like he needs to come in and earn it like everybody else. Or, well, like most of everybody else.
Who's the odd man out then? Tom Thibodeau's not playing these expensive
Obi, bro.
rotations.
Obi.
They said that yesterday too.
I'm saying it's Obi. Cam can play because Obi can't shoot. Cam can play the 4. If we can go small with that second unit, and Cam can play the 4.
I like him more as a 3. For the highlights I've seen,
I like him more as a. That's why I think he can get minutes down the line, because he can play 3 positions. You can get him at the 2, the 3, or the 4. But I think he's going to take minutes. He can get most minutes at the 3, but he's going to get most Obi's minutes at the backup 4.
I think Joe's right, man.
Because I think you're going to have to move Obi. Obi, I don't think wants to be here. You could kind of see it. He wants more playing time.
I don't think it's that he doesn't want to be here.
Somebody's going to lose minutes. Because to be honest, Obi's is the most disappointed of all of them. He's the less productive out of all 10 guys in the rotation.
I don't think Obi doesn't want to be
That's
here.
why
I think
he's so limited.
I think he's a little upset with not getting the playing time, and the times he was effective. He had some games where they should have taken him out. I just think it's a bad fit. And I agree with you. I think Obi is the guy out. I hope the front office has kind of seen that. Not say Obi is he can't be a good player. It's just he does not fit where this team is going. Evergreen, you said you agree with Gerald Sports Jr. We kind of cut you off.
Yeah, no, I agree with Joe, man. It's like it's a perfect opportunity if you were to do anything with right now, as far as like getting him acclimated to the team. Is for him to take Obi Toppin's minutes, because Toppin's only getting 10 minutes a game, so you put him in a game. Remember when Obi first got here, we're like, yeah, this dude is like the power forward of the future, like just the way he played over there at Dayton. But then once we got here, we all wondered, why in the hell is this dude not playing like a power forward? He's playing like just this slashing quasi forward thing, like it's.
Bro, he's a 6'9", 220 Mitchell Robinson. He can't do anything off the dribble. He can barely hit the 3. I expected him to be able to hit the 3 coming out of college because it looked good. He can't even hit the 3. It's lobs. He can't post up anybody. He can't do anything by himself. So get value. Move him now before the deadline when you get value, because in another year when he gets older and closer to that contract extension, his value is going to drop. Before everybody sees he's limited.
Yeah. Like I said, I agree, man. Like, So the perfect opportunity now is, Obi is the odd man as far as playing time. Obi is the odd man out, right? But as far as potentially clearing up the glut, we can potentially get something big from moving Fournier or moving Burks with the combination of Noel and a pick. Like, I've spoken to you offline, Guillermo. Like, if we had the ability to, throw in picks in order to move and get somebody big, you can make the money match with Evan Fournier. I get it. Evan Fournier. I don't think they
need to go big because I think the guy they're going after either now or in free agency is Jalen Brunson. It's as simple as that. I think that's the guy they're going after, and they're not going to move Obi for him. So there might be another deal where you're going to have to move Obi, but somebody has to go, either Obi or one of these wings, because we're playing a wing at the point guard position, and we're stacked on wings, but we've no guards. Our two guards can't stay on the floor.
Well,
so you have to look at least try and get Jalen Brunson or one of these guys before the deadline.
I think one of the guys who are moving, I think it'll either be Burks or Rose. I think those are the most attractive assets right now. Fournier is about, at the very least, a year out before his contract becomes truly attractive.
And I think they'll give him a year because it's only been a couple of months or 40 games in.
Let me ask you this, because salute to Ethan. I don't know if Ethan is there right now. He might be just.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, salute. Yo, this guy, why you so damn quiet? What's wrong with this guy, yo?
I was following.
This guy's so mousy, yo. Like, what's wrong with you guys, man? Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Lord. So we talk about if Fournier is not the guy that's out, which I think it's too hard to trade him unless we're trying to get back a favorable contract.
We talked about this for like an hour and a half.
But Guillermo, do you really want to trade him? Because the thing is,
yes.
I don't yet because what you've seen for the last 4 or 5 years what he can do.
It means nothing to me. You know what's crazy? For the people that think I'm a hater, I'd rather have Grimes take his minutes. I'm okay with Grimes being a 3-and-D guy. I'll take the defense. Joe, but outside of offense, what does Fournier provide you offensively that Grimes doesn't?
He can get me a bucket off the dribble when you need it in the playoffs in a tight game.
No, he can't.
What?
Yes, he can.
Stop.
We've seen it.
He had one good series against the Nets last season. One.
Yeah, no, but we've seen it. We've seen him get buckets for us when we need it. Last night is a point. But what I'm saying is he can get buckets when you need it. You might not be he might be a negative. And if we have to move him to the bench, I get move him to the bench. But off the team, it's bad managing assets. You're going to trade him. You're going to get a bunch of seconds. And then what are you going to do?
I would happily take him for a bunch of seconds because right now we're going to have to give up assets to take him off.
We have enough of seconds.
Yeah, let's get some more. Give me 2023 seconds.
We're trying to get rid of picks. And you want to stack more?
Hold on. You're going to have to give up assets to get Fournier off the team. But if I can willingly do it.
But believe me, there's a playoff team that'll go out and give you a couple of second-round picks come the deadline, a team that needs shooting or needs.
And that's probably the dumbest team in the league. If they're going to give up a couple second-round picks for an $18 million a year player for the next 3 years, that's going to tie up your cap and you're trying to win.
$18 million isn't nothing when the cap's going up. What's his contract has 3 more years, isn't it? Or 2 more years and an option.
No,
but last year that deal, the cap's going to be way up.
3 more years and an option.
When is the cap going up? Is the cap going up
in 3 years?
It said 2025. 2025, the next
cap goes up. The cap nationally goes up every year. In 2025, it's going up bigger.
Okay, and then in 2025, his contract's going to be off the books anyway. So that point.
No, what I'm saying is every year the cap gradually goes up 5 or 6 million every year anyway.
Okay, and still, you're not a winning team. A winning team, right? Probably has $70 million tied up in their top players anyway. You're not going to put another $18 million a year into some dude who's the most inconsistent player, and you're not going to do that. And you're not going to give up 2 second-round picks for that either. That's tying up your cap. You don't do that if you're a winning team. And at the Knicks, you do that in a heartbeat because you're opening up your cap. You can actually use the cap to your advantage now.
Listen, bottom line is this. I'm moving Evan Fournier and Nerlens Noel, and I'm going to Indiana.
Nerlens Noel. Anybody can take Nerlens Noel. That's a bad contract.
Evergreen's on that weight.
Evergreen, hold on. Evergreen, you're finally on the Miles Turner train?
What? No. He's been on there for a while, bro.
I know. I'm joking.
Yeah. Because me, Evergreen. Yo, hey. Hey.
Listen.
Yeah, it was you and Evergreen trying to argue about all the people who said Mitch was better than him.
No. What I was talking about when I was mentioning Miles Turner in regards to Mitch is what he does on the defensive end. That's what I argue. That
defense and give me the spacing. Give me the spacing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look, I like Mitch. Mitch is a nice guy. He's a second rounder who's kind of overachieved. The whole thing about he's gonna develop his shot. Suits my brother Darcy, man. All that stuff, it's not gonna happen, and it's fine. He is what he is. Give me Miles Turner. Let me rent out Miles Turner to see if he could be that. He may not be that guy, but our five position, our front court position outside of Randall is so inept. It's so inept. We don't even. Obi was supposed to be that guy. He's an absolute zero offensively for us.
The money matches up. You move Evan Fournier and Nerlens Noel so that Indiana still gets a replacement center. And
Indiana
now they're saying Turner just got hurt with a foot injury.
They're rebuilding.
They said Turner just got hurt with a foot injury. As I'm talking about this.
So
perfect.
Evan Fournier and Nerlens Noel, and you throw in 2 draft picks to seal the deal. Right?
What 2 draft picks you giving up?
I'm giving up. It doesn't matter.
No. Yes, it does.
Give me a first. Give me a first and a second. You can take a first rounder and a second rounder.
First rounder. Your first rounder this season.
You can give me a first rounder from this year and a second rounder from next year, and take that. Right, since they're already shopping them anyway.
The money doesn't necessarily work out with that. That's why I always brought up the Obi and Nerlens. Like,
how much money does Miles?
18. He makes 18.
18, but then that's $9 million over because you're rematching contracts with Fournier and then you're throwing in Nerlens. So like Obi and Nerlens actually work out because it has a.
Well, Fournier's making what 17 this year, 17.5.
Yeah, and then with Nerlens $9 million, it's $8 million over.
So we need more from them.
Contract year for Miles Turner, right?
No. Next year.
Too easy. Now, the question is, you have to. If you don't do it with Evan Fournier, you have to make the deal sweet. You have to do something with that deal to make it sweet. My only reason for including Evan Fournier in the deal as the main piece is just so that you can clear the glut at the wing. The moment you move Evan Fournier, or you move Burks, or you move whoever, the moment you move them, you automatically make room for Cam Reddish to be able to play, whether he's starting at the wing or he's coming off the bench for Grimes.
Yo, let's get. Sorry, my bad.
If you just do Evan Fournier, right, then you throw in an extra pick without Nerlens Noel.
Let me ask you this. So we talking about all this stuff with Miles Turner. And to the next question, does the RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish, do they eliminate the need for a prototypical point guard? We've heard about the Jalen Brunson, who I like. DeJounte Murray, who I like, De'Aaron Fox. Can Tom Thibodeau shift this offense to where we don't need that prototypical point guard?
Yes.
Are we confident enough in RJ Barrett being that guy? Oh, go ahead.
I think he's doing it now. I wasn't me. Everyone is clamoring for a point guard, and I get why, but I mean we have 4 that we can use legitimately. Really, if you go 5, if you want to see what we're doing with Burks now. I get that we need that the idea of the point guard is really what people are clamoring for, not really the actual position.
Point guard play.
Right? We have point guard play. We have the guy that's filling in the position, and we have 4 of them. Whether we decide to stay on the Kemba contract or not is a different deal. But at some point in time, as soon as they get healthy, whenever that may be, we have the pieces to still maintain some type of continuity with the point guard position. Now, if you're talking about let's move off one of those contracts, then yeah, certainly let's go out and get a Jalen Brunson and see what he can do. But other than that, like I even think that you can take even the 4 point guards that we have right now and go with this in the playoff run. I'm cool with that. My issue right now is I think that you bring a stretch 5 in here and you automatically clear up everything that you need for Julius Randle and RJ Barrett to be even more successful than what they already are. Especially when you play a team like Atlanta who would, eventually get a Clinton Capella back. You would need to be able to, space the floor a little bit. And as you saw, when Nerlens Noel in the playoffs wasn't able to, move off of Clinton Capella and get a mid-range shot or anything like that, because that's not what he does. All that happened was Julius Randle got shaded, and essentially RJ Barrett did too, because they're both left-handed players.
Right.
So, if you space the floor out and you give me a shooting five, a five that will space the floor, that literally opens up everything that you need for Julius Randle to, be an all-star again this year, and even for RJ Barrett to continue his success and potentially get the MIP award. Do it now. Do it yesterday, if you ask me.
Let me ask Hinton, because Hinton has been, and fairly so, talking about RJ Barrett has to be consistent. I don't think he's convinced yet, but I want to speak for him. Are you? And by the way, salute to Hinton. I ain't talking no trash today.
Actually, I'm not hurting.
See, I didn't even. I'm just saying. I'm not talking no trash. I'm not talking no trash, man. I actually was rooting for the Cowboys. Talk trash. No. I don't want to.
I felt like they were going to Super Bowl.
I'm not even interested in that. I actually wanted them. I wanted the Cowboys. No, you're gonna lose to the Packers, but I wanted the Cowboys to actually win that. I don't care for the 49ers. Oh, like Deebo Sanders.
I wanted to go to Green Bay too, but it didn't happen. So it is what it is.
I want the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
Actually, I wanted to go to Tampa too. I wanted to go both places.
If you face Tampa, I would root for you guys hard body, bro. I need somebody to beat the Bucs.
Yeah, but it didn't happen. Because I knew this was the hardest game.
Dak
so
ran the ball.
I can't lie, bro. I didn't realize that San Fran's defense is that good.
People talk about the offense too much. The defense didn't get any stops in critical situations. Like
the defense,
was the
reason why y'all wasn't down by that lot. They got
but they were still. No, they didn't. They gave up a touchdown the first drive.
Wilson dropped a wide open, easy pass for a first down.
Yeah, but in the big picture thing, the defense.
CeeDee Lamb,
one at a time, Joe. You gotta let him.
Kept dropping the ball too.
Well, it's the Cowboys.
All right. Let's get back to basketball. Anyway, you see what you did, Joe? Let's get back to basketball. Let's just get back to the Knicks. All right, Joe. Hinton. Salute to Hinton.
Gerald, you're talking too much for
Gerald.
I just said the hard.
No, I got 2 top 10 picks, baby. I got to rebuild.
Gerald, you're a Jaguars fan, bro.
Gosh, bro.
Gerald, you're a Jaguars fan, my guy.
Y'all mad? What is this?
Gerald, your coach was kicking. Your coach was kicking players in the knee. Your coach is kicking his kickers in the knee, bro. You got
my ex-coach. He's gone.
Can y'all catch me some slack?
Nah, we can't. The Jaguars.
Come on,
Trid Ash. Y'all took Travis Etienne when y'all have freaking Robinson. Like, come on, y'all all over.
Dang, bro.
Let me talk to Hinton, man, because I didn't want to talk trash, but he had to preface it so I can even, which I wasn't gonna do, but let's talk about Hinton. Are you confident enough that the Knicks could go out and get that stretch? I can't talk stretch 5 like what Evergreen was talking about, and you don't have to go out for your so-called star point guard or your lead point guard, the Jalen Brunsons, the DeJounte Murrays, De'Aaron Fox, who still might be a monster trade despite his struggles. Are you convinced enough by this roster?
No, because it's not a championship roster. It's not even a contention roster.
Oh,
true.
So, in the big picture of things, we still need a point guard and you still need a stretch 5. But my thing is that we need the point guard more than we need the stretch 5.
Agreed.
So for me, I'm more focused on getting the point guard. That would be my focus.
Hinton, who would you rather? And this is money wise and player wise. Who would you rather, Murray or Brunson?
Murray.
Oh, dang.
Murray.
I'd rather have Murray.
I like Murray too.
I'd rather have Murray.
Yes.
Because of his talent, but I think in terms of leadership, I'd rather have Brunson.
Yeah.
It's a two-edged sword, right?
Brunson is a better leader, but Murray don't underestimate the Spurs tutelage.
Because you can see there's some leadership qualities in Murray, but it's a real tough question.
Leader.
I just think because who our coach is, I would prefer Murray just because of his size and his defense.
Yeah, I think that's another thing
you
too.
Put Murray on this team and you put Cam in the starting lineup, the team isn't switchable.
The thing I don't like small guards, right? I don't like guards that are under 6'3", because in the playoffs they get exposed because they're really too small. Like,
facts.
For example, for me, facts. Yeah. Even though he got lucky the whole playoffs, he shouldn't like.
No, I'm not. No, I'm agreeing with you. I said facts.
But it is what it is. Chris Paul is under 6'3", but he's still special.
He's a different animal, yeah.
Yeah, but for me,
he solved that Buck series too.
For me,
I feel more. I'm sorry, Hinton.
My leader has to be a big guard, just for defensive purposes. On the other time, I want to shrink the court at the same time.
And you fine giving up that 2022 pick for him, right? If it came down to it.
For Murray?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
To be honest, Guillermo, I want to get rid of that thing. That
me too. It's not going to be top 3. I talk about it all the time.
But I still would like to. But see, I'm also a believer in that you're not always supposed to trade away your draft picks. Like, you still need players in development. That's the issue with a lot of championship teams too. They don't develop young players because they're so focused that they never keep draft picks or young talent nipped in the tuck to keep the how would you say what is it? The culture going.
Hinton, I would agree with you in any other year. Get me the hell out this year, bro. If I'm not top 3 in this year, bro, I'm good. I know what you're saying. I agree with you, bro.
This thing is this draft is trash. Right? But the thing is that there's still 1 or 2 gems. And
of course.
But the thing is too that the Knicks' problem is that what are they, like 11th in the draft order? So you're still a lottery team.
You are, but son, if your pick is Patrick Baldwin Jr., son,
that's trash.
I'm just saying, bro.
Knox,
Get
bro.
me
That's Kevin Knox.
He has a little bit more umph than Kevin Knox, but
Guillermo, what do you think about that kid from Arizona,
guys.
the wing from Arizona?
Benedict Mathurin.
He's
solid. He's a solid.
Mathurin,
I like the shooting guard.
Yeah, he's a prototypical two. Yes, he's a prototypical.
But see, this is the problem now, right?
Shooter.
But see, here's the problem now. Now you got RJ. Now you got Fournier. Now you got Reddish.
Too many wings.
Yeah.
All right. Now I do like your boy Hinton. I don't think he's a first rounder. Your boy from Duke. If you don't get a 5,
Mark Williams. Duke, he's a good development center. And then but like I said, my focus. There's only like 6 guys that I would even think about drafting. And so
and 5 of them are in the top 5.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this.
To me, guys, I think Cam Reddish would be easily top 5, maybe even top 3.
I said that yesterday. This is basically their first rounder.
I said yesterday that he'd be the number 1 pick if he was coming out.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
No, he would be.
He got to go to the right school though to get that.
Coming out, and he'd have a whole college system based around him. He would be the number 1 pick, without a doubt.
Yeah, he'd be at Duke without RJ and without Zion, so everything would have probably ran through him with that team. Well,
do you think that he could have killed with Pablo Banchero? Now, obviously, I guess kills or
because of the wing.
Yeah, and if you think about it, look how Duke runs their offense. It's guards and wings. Paulo barely gets touches. He'd been the number 1 pick, bro.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you guys this on the top.
Who do you think is going numb? Nobody seems to have a
Jabari
clue
Smith
yet.
is going 1.
Jabari Smith. I'm taking Jabari Smith number 1.
Yeah, I'm taking him.
To be
number
honest,
1.
I don't even think I even know who that kid is.
To
be honest, I've looked down all at the draft, only but recent.
Just put like this. You have to put on the curve, Joe, when you watch it. Put everything.
Oh, and Gmo, you said something before about. So after we finished last night, I was reading some more about Cam. This is gonna be Tibbs's most difficult project.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to the damn question. That was literally my next question. You guys, no, I'm joking. So I was gonna say again, how does Tom Thibodeau help this guy reach his pinnacle? Are there any former players that he can emulate? When you talk about Jimmy Butler, Zach LaVine, I can't really pick Wiggins, but those are probably his 2 successful wing projects. And I asked the question. I also put this on Twitter. Is this his toughest player project? His toughest player project? I think it's Cat, but this would probably be number 2.
Guillermo, what Tibbs needs to do is you need to put him on the same timeline and the same drills, and literally you need to join him and RJ at the hip. That's what you need to do. You need to get Cam's head in the same headspace as RJ's, and he'll be fine. The only thing about Cam is his headspace and is just his motor. That's really it. The talent, if he puts in the work, the talent is there. It'll take care of himself, but it's just RJ needs to get it into his head. Because if this situation doesn't work, he might not be even last long in the league.
I will say this: the culture is a little bit better than what was in. Not a little bit. It is better than what was in Minnesota. So I think that might be a little bit more conducive to Cam Reddish kind of buying in. And again, I think his issue was that he was
GM in Minnesota too. So
right. But the thing with Cam, I just think he was in situations that he wasn't truly appreciated. Right? You talking about Lloyd Pierce, talking about Duke. I think with Cam, it's like, yes, I agree with the whole RJ Barrett thing. Run that guy, pick and roll, play him on the outside to hit the shots, have him use, again, help defense who have cover behind him. I think that he would be, I think he might be Tom Thibodeau's toughest, but he could be probably his second most rewarding. When you talk about potential, I just think Cam just has to feel like he's appreciated, as corny as that sounds. You know what I mean? So I think he'll buy into to what Tom Thibodeau's doing, as long as there's a plan to develop this kid. Sorry, Hinta, I cut you off.
No, but this is the thing I also want to interject in. I think Cam needs the ball in his hands. I think he's one of those guys. Like, if he doesn't have the ball, you're going to lose him. You know, so you might have to take him out. I think he's going to be more, if you have him in the second unit with the ball in his hands, I think he'll be a very effective player. I think he's kind of, you know how you lose Kevin? Like, Kevin is not always in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can lose him if he doesn't have the ball, but you don't lose him like Kevin, because Kevin is just in West bubble, you know.
I think Kevin, the old regime, screwed Kevin up. I think when Tibbs come in and Leon come in, he had no part. He was just there waiting to be moved, more or less, and just played when they had injuries.
I feel you.
Cam needs to be a secondary ball handler, though.
But even with Kevin Knox just doesn't have that fight. Like, Cam at least has that fire.
Yeah, he doesn't have that fire, and that's what I'm saying. When Cam doesn't have the ball, I think you're gonna be like, what the hell is he doing out there? Because he might get lost, you know.
Right. I think you have to keep this kid engaged. But again, he's an excellent corner shooter, at least from the.
But he's not like Cam, though. I mean, he's not like Kevin, because when he has the ball, he turns it on. He knows what to do.
So let me ask you this. Is it better to use him in what he's strong at off the bench, or try to develop him for that starter role? I know, and think about this without the whole idea of Fournier blocking his way. Because I get what you're saying, right? But his development might be, okay, you have to be able to play in no man's land in a corner and wait for the ball. You have to be able to move baseline. Do these little things within the team concept. Can he buy into that?
I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work for him.
Well, I think this year is from now until the off season is, I think it's just put him with RJ, have him come off the bench 20, 25 minutes, ease into the system, ease into how it works, and kind of look at him as put him with RJ, have him work with Drew Hanlon all summer with RJ, and try and have him groomed and ready to be as your starting 3 next year.
Yeah,
that's the best way with him. I don't hurry him in. Don't just get him in, because he needs to get used to playing off ball. He's going to have to.
Salute to Ronald Miller. He said, "Can Cam be a better defending version of 48?" I mean, yeah.
No, he'll be better, but like
he already is.
He'll be better from day one on that.
He'll be better from you can't really tell Cam, oh, you need to do what RJ does. It's not like RJ's not a better player than Cam is. Talent-wise.
Yeah, actually, Cam is more talented than RJ.
Cam is the most. I said this since we got him. I said this since last year. You put Cam Reddish on the team, he's the most talented player on the team. RJ is player on the team. You can't do that.
RJ is mostly.
He's like, say, "Oh, do what RJ does." Nah, he's gonna be.
He the higher upside of the 3 of them at Duke.
Yeah, he did.
You knew Zion was number 1. You knew, but I think Cam had the higher ceiling.
Cam has more tools than both of them.
Yeah.
No, and to be honest, I'd rather both of the other 2 than Zion right now.
I don't mention Zion. It'll be okay. It's forbidden to mention Zion here, bro. Do not put that out in the atmosphere, bro. I want nothing. And I don't hate Zion. Let me say something. Zion Williamson. Can I just give Zion Williamson his flowers, talent-wise? Look at his footwork. It is beautiful.
Talent-wise,
he has great footwork. Yeah. He's a strong player. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I just never liked this game from the high school. All those mixtapes, I was like, okay, he's a great dunk, all that stuff. I give him credit. Underrated footwork, all that stuff. I don't want the injuries. I don't want it's just a weird fit. And I know some people say Randall, all that stuff. Randall has better half-court talent than Zion. Zion has his physical prowess and obviously his footwork down low, but he's not a good shooter. He has to live in the paint, and he also needs the ball in his hands to be effective. I'm not itching on Zion. I just want nothing to do with him. Let him.
And he's 300 plus pounds.
Come on, dogs. Come on, dogs. I've seen
he's better off as a right tackle for the Giants, honestly.
Yo.
By looking at him.
Yo, chill out, bro. I don't need Hinton to throw. Hinton right now is thinking of a quip. I don't need this guy to return any fire, bro. Please do not mention Giants.
Guillermo, can I just say something though? If I feel if Zion in the morning was traded to the Knicks, he'll be bionic within a month. He'll lose 100 pounds, guaranteed if he was moved.
Here's the thing though, it's like I get what you're saying, bro. I hate that type of ethic where it's like you pull that because you know you're pulling that because you know you're about to be out. You know the Pelicans are a sorry organization. Like I don't know, bro. It's like I can't. I just don't need.
He didn't want to be there since draft lottery. He wanted New
York.
Everyone knew he wanted New York, and he was not happy, and he wanted out. But the minute they drafted him, he wanted out. But his mistake was if he didn't want to be there, he should have got back to college for another year.
Can I ask you a question though? Was he, when you look at Zion, right? He also did have Ben Ingram. Oh my gosh, Brandon Ingram? Why did I say Ben Ingram? Brandon Ingram, and he had Lonzo there. Not say Lonzo's special like that. When they were healthy, outside that 1 month when Lonzo was more on the ball, when they also had Drew Holiday there.
They moved him off.
Did they really? Yeah, they moved off the ball. Did you see anything from like that team? Really didn't shake up anything. The freaking Cousins and AD
they ran everything
through
Zion. They ran him the pick and roll. They had more or less had the ball in his hands and had Lonzo standing in the corner.
And did that impress you? Did that impress you to say that you have to trade for Zion?
It didn't. It didn't.
Can I say this? Zion's talent made him a 27-point per game scorer. His dominance in the paint is insane. But again, they ran him at point guard. He's not going to be able to do that for the rest of his career. The injury factor of this is not enough. I'm not giving up crap for Zion. Like his talent, yes. If he's healthy, I'll give up the world for Zion. He's not healthy. End of discussion. Like I don't know why people keep trying to bring up the Zion factor.
But Ronald Mill has a great question. He says, if Cam is a rotation guy by mid-February and assuming no trades, what is a 9-10 player rotation? By the way, salute to Pudge Nice, Jerry Fitz, Justin L. Salute to Ronald Miller. Salute to Rich Boy, Craig Mack, Chris B. David P. Salute to all you guys, man. I apologize for not calling some of you guys out in the beginning. Stephen Okungwu, C-Mac, Utro, D. Jones, Chris B. I probably said your name twice already. Salute to all you guys, man. God bless. But that frozen turd, AHQE, Keyshawn. I sent the link, bro. If you want to come up, Sherwin M. Salute. Yeah, what is a 9-10 man rotation? If Cam is a rotation,
to be done.
Yeah, but just carve out the guys that you think will be in a 9-10 man rotation. RJ, Randall, Mitch.
Based on the roster we have right now.
Fournier, yeah, just based on the roster we have now.
Based on the roster we got right now, RJ, Fournier, Burks, Rose, Quickly, Mitch, Cam.
No Obi.
No Obi. Yeah, no Obi. That's it. That's mine. And Grimes. That's it.
Kemba out. I need 10. To see Grimes in that rotation, man. The defense, I gotta give him credit.
I put Grimes. That's my 10.
Hinton.
Obi's out of here.
Yo, this guy. Oh, Hinton, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna be able to see it till the game, till he starts playing on the court to see what the rotation is. But we'll just see. I think Obi's gonna lose some time. I think Grimes is gonna lose some time. I think Fournier definitely gonna lose some time. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is gonna be interesting to see. So.
Can I say this too?
I think Grimes is gonna get more time. Actually,
it comes down to him and Fournier. I think it's a struggle between.
See, the thing is, I think he's going to lose more time because we still got Derrick Rose got to come back.
Yeah.
Can I say this?
It's going to take a while.
So IQ might lose a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I would say this. I think they made the trade on the basis that they promised Cam minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Not just rotational minutes. I think they promised him somewhere from 25 to 30 a game.
Right.
Yeah, he's going to get minutes here.
He's going to get minutes, so everybody's going to be losing a piece. The only players I can say won't be losing is probably RJ and Randall.
Everybody else is
everywhere else.
It's fresh meat. Pause.
Yeah.
So let me get.
I think there's another trade in the works coming. So by the
Yeah,
time
I agree.
Reddish can get in the lineup, that there'll be enough room for him to play, so everyone can get good minutes.
Shoot to my brother Keyshawn and Bill. Keyshawn, you sound mad muffled, bro. You good, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess my AirPods. I don't.
That sounds a little bit better. I don't know what you just did, but shoot to Keyshawn. Now let me ask the last question because we killed the front office last week. Does this change the perception of the front office with the scam trade? If you had a questionable or negative perception of the front office.
Somebody going?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'll go first then. No, I don't trust this front office still. I gotta see more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Joe Madden, what were your thoughts on this front office to begin with? I haven't talked to you in a
My
while.
thoughts on the front office, I trust them and I don't. There's certain things I trust them with, there's certain I don't. I trust them with drafting and development, but I don't trust them when it comes to free agency or signing contracts.
So if you're on a draft as well too. Ace, any thoughts on this front office, bro?
You're doing a lot better than the last regime, so that's all I got. Like, you know, the proof is in the pudding. And so far, they're doing somewhat decent. We're relevant. People are talking about us, and right now, just we got to see. Right now, we're doing okay. We're looking all right. We look like we're jealous, though. Hopefully, they keep it up by making the right moves, and the right moves is still up in the air. We still got to figure out how we're going to get everybody the minutes that they need and use them in particular ways. So I don't know. Depends, man.
Craig Mack said, "How don't you trust the front office when the Knicks to the playoffs in the playoffs in the first year?" I would say Tibbs got us to the playoffs, bro. I think the front office did enough things to kind of get in his way. And the Derrick Rose trade is Tom Thibodeau. I don't put down the front office.
Yeah, and hold on. Why would I trust the front office that literally prioritized drafting his son's client in the top 10?
That I do agree with. I don't like the draft.
And then Halliburton said they promised me they were drafting me if I was there, but you prioritized your son's agent.
Can I make the Giants fans?
They didn't think Obi was going to be there.
Can I make Giants fans feel really hurt right now? Just to draw a parallel. You know who also said that they would draft this person if he was there? Michael Parsons said the Giants told him that they would draft him.
Bro, don't start with this.
He did. Michael Parsons said, "Yo, the Giants promised me."
And I know, and I just don't like. Like the Cowboys just got eliminated from the playoffs.
Michael Parsons still a demon.
The help the 49ers. Don't even start that.
Michael Parsons still a demon. Anyway, back to basketball. I just had to say it because I was watching the Pivot podcast.
What I just want to say that Guillermo is that might have been the case until they got a trade off for the trade back. That's what probably enticed in thinking, right, let's get more assets. Which to me looks bad because you passed on an inside linebacker who's going to be defensive player of the year and rookie of the year. And you passed on Rashawn Slater, a left tackle, which you need, who's going to be a Pro Bowler. So it's not only you passed on Parsons, you passed on Slater as well.
Right.
That's what gets me.
Stephen Okongwu said Hinton not even phased. He's in that just. What is that? Like that? The calloused. It's just it don't.
I know what it is, man. The team has showed you who they are, man. They don't get out of the first round no more. So what do you want me to do?
Well, what I do give Cowboys credit for, they know how to draft.
Yeah, but you draft them, but you ain't winning. So what's the point?
Facts. You guys can hear me now?
You can hear you now, Keyshawn. But you know what, Keyshawn? If you have a phone and there's a lot of people in the chat, it kicks you off. Like, so I don't know if you could get to a computer, it might be a little bit better.
The only thing that we do good is kick the teeth into the division.
Look at the division.
That's what I'm saying. You're all trash.
Damn, son. Damn.
So we should be kicking your teeth in.
Damn, son. All right. No, fine. Let me get to this. Hold on. I'm gonna just say this, and this is fact. There's no team in the division that deserves to win a game against us because your talent is just so trash. None of you have quarterbacks. So when we lose a game,
Washington has a quarterback.
Well, you look like you didn't have a quarterback today.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Is this a Giants fan I'm talking to?
I'm a Packers fan.
Wait,
so
me?
you can't talk to me.
Yo, you see, I try to move on from basketball. Hinty, see, I gotta let him respond. Yes, he is a Giants fan, bro. He is a Giants fan, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have a
No,
quarterback.
wait, hear me out, Hinton. Hear me out. The Eagles have a sleeper quarterback.
Man, they got
No, they
mollywop
don't, man.
today.
Stop.
Eagles
Bro,
don't
You're
got
lying
no
to
good.
yourself.
Stop! You're
Bro,
drafting a
bro.
You're
quarterback
lying
this
to
year.
yourself.
Jalen
You're lying
Hurts,
to yourself,
bro.
and you're lying to
Hear me
everybody,
out
and you're
like a
lying
Fresh
to
Jacks
yourself.
fan, bro.
Jalen
Kenny
Rager
Pickett's
over
going to be
Justin
an Eagle.
Jefferson. That's all you gotta
No.
say. Jalen Rager over Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, JJ Ortega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf.
Oh.
And AJ
I
Brown.
knew
And
they
AJ
made
Brown.
dumb decisions, but keywords. Hear me out.
Devontae Adams
I
over
think-
everyone.
Bro,
Yeah, they're gonna draft another receiver too with one of those 3 picks. Every
yeah,
year the Eagles go receiver.
They're gonna draft a safety and a corner, and then they're gonna draft. I hope they draft Chris Olave.
They need to go linebacker. They need to look into Kobe Dean.
Okay,
No.
all right.
He's
Enough
going top 10.
Enough NFL draft talk. Let's get back to basketball. It don't matter because the Jets run everything in New York. Anyway,
Jimmy,
let's
you
get
need
back.
to do an NFL show.
I don't have enough time,
Thank
bro.
you.
Because both of us have 4 top 10 picks between the 2 New York teams.
We're picking.
And
Derek Stingley Jr. and your boy from that guy Karfalitis or something like that. The linebacker from
Oh, I don't like him.
Is it Notre Dame? Not a linebacker, the defensive lineman from Notre Dame. But anyway, let's get back to the. I mean, Chris Olave, the wide receiver from Ohio State. That might be the pick for Zach Wilson. Excuse me, I'm drawing a freaking blank.
You don't think that dude top 10.
Y'all have weapons.
No, we don't. 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 No, we don't.
No, they don't.
Legion, hear me out.
Bro, I can send you a whole video of literally our receivers dropping Zach Wilson's passes, bro.
Before y'all react. Jesus, man. Y'all don't have bad weapons as the Jaguars do. Y'all need an offensive line. Marco Carter looks like the #1 running back for y'all.
Their offensive line was actually their best unit for them this year.
Our offensive line outside the interior offensive line, our guards are weak, so we got to draft there.
Y'all need
our
guards.
tackles
Y'all
are
need
fine.
a center. Y'all need need to look at a corner. I think I can.
No, we need a corner badly, but we also need. Trust me, we need a wide receiver. I'm telling you, bro.
You need a
I think
number
the
1
Jets are going to go
receiver.
Kyle Hamilton and Stingley.
Elijah Moore is a beast.
Derek Stingley. I just don't like Derek Stingley's injuries, but Derek Stingley.
No, you need a wide receiver that's over
What about
6 foot
Hamilton?
tall.
Safety.
No, we don't need a safety.
So who they're gonna look at since they need a
Chris
over
Olave.
6'2"
I hope they don't look at John Michie. I'm good on John Michie.
I think y'all should look at Burks from Arkansas. He's good. He's a monster. I don't care. Look at him.
Okay, let's get back to basketball, please.
Bro, my
So
bad.
we got no. It's not your bad. I'm just trying to get back to basketball, bro. This is fine, man.
You're good. You're good.
Let's get back to Ethan's favorite player, ROKAS Jokabitis.
Yo, bro, get the hell.
Say what?
I'm only joking. Yo, why y'all so uptight? There's a vacation tomorrow, bro. Chill out. I'm only joking, man. Lord Jesus.
No, what you said?
I'm
Yo,
getting to
vacation
ROKAS
tomorrow.
Jokabitis. He's forget it. He's a draft pick that the Knicks. Oh, I forgot you're a Hawks fan. He's a draft pick the Knicks drafted in the second round.
What did you say, Legion?
We didn't get Kessler Edwards.
I couldn't hear you.
I was saying I'm getting to
We
ROKAS
didn't get Kessler Edwards
Jokabitis.
or Jones.
Yo, let Legion talk.
You're the one that's talking. You kidding me? Yo, what is wrong with this kid? I'm trying to get to my point. Yo, what did you say, Lee?
Actually, what did you say? And then Ethan was talking.
No, he was trying to explain. He was
I
trying to
said
explain the
something and
context
he was
behind.
I can't hear
replying to what he
y'all.
said.
Why can't you hear us, bro?
I know.
What?
I know. I just want to hear Legion. He said something about the Hawks.
Because he's running his mouth. That's why.
Dang, Hinton, I thought you was on my side.
Yo, you see.
You're a Hawks fan and a Jaguars fan. I can never be on your side.
Yeah. You're not even. You have.
You're a Jaguars fan.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna mute myself now, bro.
I feel bad.
Thank you, bro.
Fan base?
Thank you, bro.
Shit, don't do
Lord
that, G.
Jesus.
Don't do that.
Yo, guys, by the way, we got 159 people watching, which is amazing on a Sunday. We got 86 likes. Please hit the likes. I want to get to 100 likes, please. That's all I ask for before the show ends, man. But back to this. Okay, ROKAS Jokabitis. Watched his game on Friday. It didn't occur on Friday, but watched a replay of it. So everybody's talking about him on Twitter. is what it is. He defeated Anadolu Efes. I'm pronouncing it terribly wrong. Turkish team in the there's two leagues. There's EuroLeague and there's Turkish League. I believe it's in the Turkish League, which is weird because he's FC Barcelona. Anyway, watch this game. He did all right. So there's some positives and negatives I drew from it. You know, some of the same concerns that Ethan has talked about. It was just rampant throughout the game. He did have 16 points, 6 for 10 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, 1 for 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. Again, the good was attacking off the ball. And, of course, I spelled ball incorrectly. Attacking off the ball as well as some passes. Attacking off the passes from the wings. He did have a nice little hezzy dribble. He caught your boy Shane Larkin a few times. And Shane Larkin was kind of dogging him in the first half. Outside shooting was also solid, even though his shot is weird. It's like a version of Ginobili's shot where it's a high load up and he just looks kind of weird, ugly. Kind of like a push shot from the left. Some of the bad I saw, a lack of explosiveness off the dribble. Again, highly dependent off of screens for spacing, sloppy dribble, lack of protection in tight spaces. You saw him struggle with Shane Larkin a few times when he was caught by himself. Again, almost every play you saw from him, if he had the ball in his hands, he was asking for screens. Again, he's not the most explosive. He needs his left a lot. I'm not sure if any of you guys on the panel checked out the video. I didn't even know I was going to have these many people on the panel, but I don't know if any of you guys have any comments on this before I show some plays and break down the film a little bit. Anything regarding Jokovitis? I know some people have been talking about him on Twitter. He's had some good games here, and he is up for the I forgot what this damn award is called, and I can't even see it on my freaking screen. It is it's a EuroLeague award for like the best EuroLeague player. Obviously, guys like Rudy Fernandez, my son from the 2008 Olympics, who never panned out in the NBA, he won it. You also had Bogdan Bogdanovic who won it. You had guys like Bargnani who won it. Luka Doncic also won it. Ricky Rubio, Gallinari also won it, as well as Usman Garuba. There are also some guys who also won it who have not panned out, but he's definitely getting some more recognition. So any thoughts on ROKAS? Anything you guys have seen from any highlights on Twitter or on YouTube from any of the games you want to talk about?
He looks decent. I mean, but he's over there. I mean, he's a completely different animal when you come over here. So can't say anything. And you even saying Bargnani just made chills down my spine, bro. Don't ever say that dude's name. Don't ever say that dude's name, man.
Now I know Hinton talked about. I guess it was in the chat, but I know Hinton talked about not liking stash products, draft and stash products.
He's never
I'm
gonna
not a
play
fan.
for us.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of drafting stash guys because it's a waste of a pick to me.
He's never gonna play for us.
How many times has a draft and stash worked for the Knicks? Never,
Or really
right?
for any team in that matter. How many of them pan out?
The draft and stash worked in general for like the past 20 years.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But even you're all right. But just from a Knicks perspective, why are we doing this? Just take the player that you can just bring, that you can develop over here. Why you picking a player that you hoping that develops over there through their stuff? Don't do that. Just have the player here in your system. Let them get used to it. And work them out every day. And it's up to you to make him. It's up to you and him to get that to work out. Stop doing this draft and staff. It's a bunch of BS to me.
Can I ask you guys who would have been the guys that you guys would have taken at that spot?
Yeah, and I just wanted.
You could have took a wing.
I'm saying any specific names. Any specific names you guys?
You could have taken Herb Jones, Kessler Edwards, Joe Wieskamp. Anyone else? Dayron Sharp. Who else?
No, Dayron Sharp was taken before that. He was first round.
Oh yeah, he was. My bad. Kessler.
But all those guys on the Nets, you could have took. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have took one of. Like there's a bunch of guys you could have took.
So you could have had Herb Jones,
Thomas
JT Thor,
nice.
who I wasn't big on, Ayo Desama, who's killing it for the Bulls.
Because you know what, you're paying him to be over there.
Delonto Banton, David Johnson, actually he was all right for the Raptors a little bit. Sharif Cooper, I didn't really want. You had BJ Boston. Sandro Mamu, Scotty Lewis from Florida. You also had
Sandro Mamu was my dude, bro.
So
it makes the point. It makes the point even more that you need to win because you traded for Cam Reddish.
Let me say this though. Just to be fair, because we're kind of killing him. I was going to show some highlights. We are killing him. Do you think that him being 18 and him playing with all those grown-ups, does that help? Because he probably was not going to get, maybe in a G League, but him developing over there, overseas, you think I know Hinton thinks there's no benefit Do you think that he possibly could have become or can become more of that Ricky Rubio mold where he has that Euro a game protecting the ball, doesn't have the elite speed, but they obviously have a lot more choreographed cuts and movement off the ball. We could develop his court awareness a little bit more naturally versus the U.S. game where he probably doesn't see as much. Do you think there's any benefit from the overseas game for a guy who's only 18 years old?
I think if he just hopped in the NBA, it would have killed his confidence because everyone would have just outran him, outjumped him. I think it would have been bad for his development.
All right, guys. See you later.
He probably
right,
be
peace
in
out,
the
peace out,
G with
Gerald.
McBride.
Gmo, hold on. Gmo, don't ever compare this dude to Ricky Rubio ever again.
I'm saying the development. Ricky Rubio
I know,
had
but even okay, but
But
stupid
Ricky Rubio was
awareness.
special though because he was
Yeah,
getting to
Ricky
play against
Rubio was
Kobe
special.
Bryant and everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see the Guillermo, the thing with the likes of Luka and Ricky Rubio, these guys, like Jokubaitis was playing in the Lithuanian league, not great competition. You look at Rubio and Luka, both were playing. One played with Barcelona and one played for Real Madrid. Both when they were like 9 and 10 years old, so they were bringing up like brought up professionals from so much younger that by the time they hit 19, that they're ready to go. He's only been in that league this year.
Yeah, them dudes been starters in their league since they was 14, 15 years old. Them dudes are special.
Yeah, and can I say this as well? We drafted
Ricky Rubio didn't really work out either.
He's a late
but
bloomer,
nah, he's worked out. He could remember he's
Now
played
when you
like 10
pass on
years.
Steph Curry,
That's
I'll
true.
Say this, though. Ricky Rubio never lived up to the
But see, you can't say that because
potential
the way Steph Curry's the number one pick in that draft. Like that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like
but he was
kinda
still
not
highly
fair.
touted coming out of that draft.
Yeah, but he was not going to be but he wasn't going to be the first pick. But now if you redraft now, he's going to go number one.
And you can't blame Rubio for where he was picked. David Kahn was an idiot. So it's tough to kill Rubio for where he was picked because Curry should have been picked probably even before because he had an absurd year with Davidson.
They picked
right?
him and Johnny.
He took 2 point guards and passed to Curry
Flynn,
twice.
Yeah, David Kahn is an idiot. Well, he almost saved us because obviously we were just one pick away. But yeah, he's an idiot. So I can't kill Rubio. I think Rubio for... All right, so compared to Curry, obviously, that's not the pick. But in terms of what he was expected to do, which was have like, I would say elite, but quasi-elite court awareness, for all the hype, I think he's lived up to that. And I think that the European game definitely helped him. I think Rubio growing up over here, if he developed over here initially, he probably would have suffered. He'd probably be a bust. But, I asked that about ROKAS. I don't think, obviously, he doesn't have the court awareness that Rubio has. But when you see him again, he does, and he shows in the summer league hesitation dribble. When he switches on to bigger guys, pause like he can catch them with his dribble a little bit. He does depend a little bit on his left too much, but he does have a decent jump shot. Yeah, he's scrappy.
Yo,
Ethan,
don't even say that, bro.
Yo, Ethan, this guy Ethan is a jerk, son.
No, because you know what's annoying? You know what was annoying, Gmo? It's like, bro, we were all on Discord that night after the draft, and like I didn't scout Roko at all. I spent like 2.5 hours watching this dude to just see what one thing that I could like base the merit of drafting this dude at that position was. I couldn't find it.
I'm trying not to kill the kid because people were just like, yo, this because of the Cam Reddish trade, people were praising his front office and saying, yo, they drafted so well. And I was like, you know what? Let me do a service and just go back and analyze the kid's game and, one of the biggest games of the season for him. And a lot of the issues that you talked about reared his ugly head.
They're still there. No, because the crazy thing is that
he is only 18, so I'm not killing him, but it's
but actually right now is where he should be thriving because he has the foot speed of Taj. He's a point guard with the foot speed of Taj.
Mm-hmm. And can I say one more thing about
his defender 1-on-1 and he's gonna get outrun and outjumped in the league. He can't run off his screen to go get the ball. His defender stays with him.
Part of his impact might actually be playing off the ball. I think he actually looked best playing off the ball against this Andrew Efes.
He's too small to play off the ball.
No. Well, in the NBA maybe, but I'm just saying what he did for that game. He can't defend. But for what he did in that game, he was actually more effective off the ball than he was on it. Catching the ball from the wing. NBA is just probably not going to happen unless you have that type of lineup to kind of hide his deficiencies. But
Gmo, you said that he was 18. Apparently, he's 21.
Wait, what?
21. 21?
Holy crap! Are you? Whoa! Wait, what?
Yeah, he's 21.
That was a waste of a pick then.
Oh Lord! I thought he was. Hold up. No.
No, I thought he was like at least 19. I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
whoa,
I didn't
whoa.
think he was over 20.
Hold up.
He's 21.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Lord Jesus. He is 21. Where the hell? I thought he was 18. Oh,
I thought he was.
Lord.
I thought he was young. I thought he was younger than 20.
I don't want to cry over the draft again, man. We had Herb Jones was right there. I didn't know about Herb Jones like that, so I ain't trying to front, but at least they should have. Hey, ROKAS, look. Wow, he's 21. Wow, that changes everything.
But did we really expect to see him?
No, I wasn't high on him like that, but at least at 18, you could say, okay, you stash him. He develops in that overseas of the Turkish League and the Euro League. Holy crap. Yo, dogs. He's 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Jerry Fitz. I just saw it in the chat.
Thank you, Jerry Fitz. Thank you, bro. Why did I thought maybe it was on Twitter. I read it was 18. Holy crap. Lord Jesus.
He just turned 21. Well, November.
All right. Well, that's enough of that. Let's talk about Wow. I am off. All right. Well, guys, thank you for the show, bro. Thank you guys for coming on, man. Any thoughts on this Hornets game tomorrow at 1 p.m.? I'll be here at 1 p.m. if you guys want to join. I know we talked about a little bit yesterday, but any thoughts on this game? As I probably got to turn back to my boy Anthony Edwards playing against the Wolves because the Steelers game might be a bloodbath.
Steelers been a joke all year.
Yo, son, this guy's 21.
So this guy's 21 years old. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why I be talking about the draft and stats. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this will make it even worse, man. Like, why are you even doing that?
Why did I think he was Yo, bro, are you sick?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense right now.
You drafting stashing a 21-year-old? Come on, man.
Yo, son. Oh my gosh. I'm still
all these kids here in America, you drafting and stashing a 21-year-old that's over there in Europe that's not even over here.
And
this is what I'm talking about, trusting the front office.
Here's
this
the thing. You needed big wings, right? You needed big wings, right? And we didn't draft one, nor did we sign one. And then you now traded for one. Not to say Cam Reddish is not an investment, but here's what I'm talking about, right? If you draft a guy,
I'd rather Cam Reddish over than a guy that we would have took at 33.
Hear what I'm saying. The fact that you had to use draft capital to get Cam Reddish that you possibly could have used for somebody else. If Herb Jones was on this team,
capital we didn't want anyway.
Listen to what I'm saying. You could have used that for another play because here's the thing. Herb Jones, if he had the same exposure he's having now with the Pelicans, he possibly could have been your answer. Even before it could have been. Here's extreme. At the very best, you might not even need Fournier. Herb Jones possibly could have impressed, and it could have been like, you know what? Let's invest in Herb Jones, or let's try it out. Maybe go cheaper at the wing position, get an Oubre as depth as backup. Herb Jones pans out. You still have Oubre. You don't overpay for Fournier, and then you use a draft capital to get your point. That same draft capital you just use right now, use that to get your point guard. And for the draft capital you're talking about to get now for a point guard, use that to get somebody else. To possibly go for that big trade that we want. I know I just mentioned guard too, but
see,
you have more draft capital.
Let me add on to what you're saying, right? Not only that, right? This Cam trade was on the table at draft day. They said that they talked about it. That's what makes this trade. That's what makes this trade even. This is why I'm saying this front office is a joke in a way. This was on the table, and you could have used 19 to do that. Yeah, and basically you made up for screwing up 19. When I'm get back to 19 again. You screwed up 19, and you did something that you shouldn't have did, and you bring Cam Reddish in here to fix that mess that you made at 19.
But see, the thing is, the price could have been a lot higher. I guarantee at the draft, the price. See, the thing is, the Knicks done this on their terms. They could have give up Creighton Grimes, and they didn't. They gave up Knox and a pick. They done it on their terms. I guarantee the price. They might have been looking for 2 of our draft picks on draft night. The price come down because they couldn't get a move.
Apparently, no. There was reports that they just wanted 19 in a player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't more than what you're saying because they were in competition with the Pacers. They were only in competition with the Pacers for this guy.
No, the Lakers were in on it.
The Lakers just got in. I'm talking about in the summertime.
And the
Lakers, the Knicks and the Pacers.
Washington was in on it too.
The only thing I'll say about that is that maybe the Hawks are trying to get more. Maybe the Hawks are trying to get more.
That's what I'm saying. The price was probably a lot more expensive in the draft.
That's what I'm saying. That's right, because the whole trade the pace, maybe they're holding out for something more, and it just seems like maybe the market died out. So that's the only excuse I'll say for that. And Anthony D says, "Stop, fam. Are you not happy with the Cam move, bro? I like it. This has no. I like the Cam move. We're not talking about me not liking the Cam move, man." And Justin L said,
if the price was the 19th pick and Kevin Knox, they would have done the move. But I guarantee it was more, and they waited for the price to go down, and then when they got it down, then they pulled the move.
And the market died out for them. I agree with that.
And they're also trying to move up to get Duarte, so.
Right.
That too.
Right. And by the way, Justin L, my guy, Justin L says, Yurt 7 is 23. I understand what you're trying to say, Justin L, right? It's the fact that you have, let's be honest, Jokic was still a lesser product than what you had. Now, granted, if this is a weak draft, then yeah, whatever. It's a second-round pick, is whatever. Whatever. But you have first-round talent dripping into the second round. We talked about this during all the draft coverage. How many first-rounders were slipping into the second round this year, bro? Ayo Dosunmu could have easily been a first-rounder. Your boy, freaking BJ Boston, he had a better season at UK. He was a number 2 pick at one point before the whole college season started. That's what I'm just saying. Is like you got to evaluate your talent a little bit better, man. Not saying Jokic may not be anything, but a 21-year-old stash in draft. You know, what are the odds? Let me just put it like that. What's the probability? I'm not saying there's no possibility. I'm just saying, what is the probability? Let me see what else you guys saying in the chat before we head out of here. I'd rather have Cam playing and getting minutes than Obi. I agree with that. Rich Boy says, man, some Knicks fan complains over knowledge. We stole Cam. Stop whining, bro. Well, no one, bro. The question is literally.
Yo, we're not whining. We're just stating facts that this could have been done a long time ago, yo.
Right.
But probably too expensive, though.
And let me just say something real quick.
That's the only reason. I think the Hawks got desperate.
As much as I like the Cam trade, we still don't know what he is. So I don't want to hear that we're whining, because you know what? When we say this stuff here first and it comes to fruition, we just sit back and be like, yep. And it's y'all guys out there that panic and get crazy. So all I asked was a question: does this change your perception? If you had a negative or not sure perception of the front office, that was a question. I like the Cam pick. I love that move. But again, all the things that these guys were talking about in the summer, we could have been better off. That's it. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Let me see. Back off Zion until next year. I don't want nothing to do with that. This front office has been conservative, according to Ronald Miller. Iowa's my guy, says Justin L. So was McBride. BJ Boston shooting about 35%, 27% from the season. But the talent is still there. There's something to build with BJ Boston. He's still going to have BJ Boston. He's going to get a lot
of minutes now with the Clippers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. With a lot of people out. And again, he's a rookie. So I'm not saying that, him shooting bad is an excuse, but and somebody said Brunson got to be in it. I like Brunson a lot, man.
I think Brunson's the deal. If I had a prediction, Brunson's going to be a Knick before the deadline.
Do you trade the first, or you wait for next season? I think you get away with not going after that point guard and just draft. If that's your guy, getting him.
I'm telling you, would you guys do a deal? Look at you get.
Don't forget, you got to pay him too.
Right.
You got to pay him. But what I'm saying is a move this offseason, because the Mavs aren't going to take him for a bunch of young guys or picks. They want to compete. So what I think a move, it's going to be like Mitch and Kemba for him and like Maxi Kleber or Powell or something like that. Because you gotta take Powell or Kleber to take the money, make the money work for them to get Kemba.
Here's the thing, though. Are we that desperate to move a Kemba off and we'll do that deal, or can we have again RJ and the guards we have now, RJ and Cam, be interchangeable and just wait till next season so we don't have to give up a first for Brunson? I'm asking.
Well, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up a first. If I'm giving up Mitch, if I'm giving them Brunson and Mitch's salary match, so then you have to add Kemba because they want a winning player as well. So you put Kemba in it, you need to take like $9 million back. So what I'm saying is, you do that because he's an expiring. You do it for 2 seconds.
They don't want to let go of Brunson for nothing, though.
See, Joe, this is the issue though with trading Mitch. He's the only center that's actually been healthy this year, besides.
But you can make another move for a center. You can make a lateral move to bring in another rim protector.
Say Noel then. Noel back. I'll give them Noel.
Would they like Noel? They tried to sign him a couple of times, right?
Yeah, that's
They're
what
not
I'm
gonna go.
saying.
They're
So
not gonna
him
go
and
for
Bird.
Noel now.
Well, yeah, they were the one that was
Now,
gonna
yeah.
give. They was the one that was gonna give him like 85 mil. You know what I'm saying, or whatever that number was that Rich Paul told
So
him
if
not
anyone would
to.
take him, it's the Mavs.
Yeah,
By the way, Justin L, you gotta come on the chat one time, bro. We gotta talk, bro. Gotta come up here because I think he likes Rokas. You can like Rokas. I'm not killing the kid. You can like him, but I would love to hear what your comp is for Rokas. What your thoughts on his game against Andalou Effie's, man. I don't want to sound like I'm a hater. It is what it is, but
You just saying what you just
yeah,
saying
Sparks,
what
you
you
right. Sparks, you
feel, baby.
right.
That's it. Just saying what you feel, baby.
You could develop Sims too. Like that's what you got him here for too.
There you go. Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Man. So we were
You either a wolf or you not. You either gonna
I
play
don't know
or you gonna
because the
sit.
thing is, are you guys comfortable with saying, do you know what, we'll roll what we got now to the off season? Because you remember, we can't sign Brunson right out. We have to do a sign and trade in the off season. So you might as well do the trade now and sign him in the off season. It's going to be the same thing. So you might as well get this season out of it.
That's gonna be some
Like the way.
that's gonna be Van Fleet money. Whew. It's gonna be
20,
That'll be good for right now.
80 for
Nah,
4.
I think he ain't getting any more than 17 mil. He's getting 15, 16. He ain't getting 20.
Bro, he's getting 20.
That's still
Who's
in
giving
the
him
range
20?
though.
Who's giving him 20 outside of us? The
The
Mavs aren't
Mavericks.
giving him 20. Nobody else is giving him 20. We're the
Dallas.
only team that'll give him 20, and I don't think we'll do that.
Dallas
The Mavs may have to pay him
Yeah,
because they're gonna lose him. If they want to keep him, they're gonna have to pay him.
Some team is gonna give him a 4-year 85. I'll put
Who needs a point guard that bad? When you look around the league, we're the only team that really needs a guard.
No, there's other teams.
Who?
Yeah, a lot of teams have set a guard.
There's always somebody. There's always somebody willing to pay this
Houston
guy.
maybe, but Houston aren't going to pay him. They're rebuilding.
They still got John Wall in the books.
Yeah. Then you look Detroit. You have was it Magic? The Magic have a bunch of guards. If Suggs, Cole Anthony. You look at Detroit. They've Cade. None of them are going to go pay him. Then you look the contenders. Everybody is a point guard really outside of us. So we're the only one paying it. So you won't have to pay him $20 million because there's nobody bidding against you, unless the Mavs are stupid and do give him 20.
Boston might
Clippers,
be
Boston, and the Mavs.
But I don't know. Do you think
Yeah, there's
Boston
money
will give
out
him
there.
20?
Yes.
I think Boston are mad cheap. They don't want to. They wouldn't even trade picks nor nothing. Like I don't think they're gonna pay Brunson 20. I think the highest we're gonna have to pay him is 18 at the highest.
We're gonna find out. That's for sure, though. That is one thing we are gonna do.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a commodity, and I know the Mavs love him, but they don't want to.
Yeah,
they're tired of that.
They're not going to want to pay because that locks their books up. And what for the next 4 years, you got nothing around Luka until because they have KP too. So you're locking up. You have Luka on 40, KP on 30.
THJ's up for a payday, and he's not having.
He got paid.
He got paid.
No.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. got paid
this offseason.
And they got to pay, but see, they got to pay Finney Smith though.
Wow, they got to pay Finney Smith. But Finney Smith is gonna command some money
because he was looking for
20. So you think the Mavs are gonna go over the luxury tax to finish in the 4th or 5th seed with Luka? Unless they know in a year they can trade all these guys for a bigger fish.
They're gonna trade. They're gonna make a trade.
But what star trade are you getting to put beside Luka that's gonna lead with Jalen Brunson and Porzingis?
They probably won't make a star trade. They're gonna make a trade to get Porzingis off their cap, and then they're gonna move from there.
How you get Porzingis is what, like 3 years left on that deal? You're getting off that for a while. You ain't trading it.
2 more years after this year. You can get off that.
And isn't there a player option?
I'm including a player option.
Oh, it's including it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you really want to, you could get off that. No, but we've seen Russell Westbrook get traded for 2 times this year. If you want to get off the contract, you can.
Yeah, everybody's trading.
But the thing is, Russell Westbrook, as bad as he's been, at least he can stay on the court. Like, KP's hurt again.
No. Oh. Actually, KP for Westbrook.
Oh, God.
80's breaking down. I don't know the Mavs do it, but 80's breaking down.
The Mavs ain't doing that.
Gives you a big man shooter. Oh, yeah. Westbrook with Luka, that'd be a nightmare, but.
remember, KP doesn't stay healthy anyway, though.
This is only one basketball.
That is true. KP doesn't stay healthy, but AD looks like he's breaking down. Like it's like it might be curtains for him. At least KP's actually out right now, but
But at least what?
yeah, forget it. I can't miss. I'm trying to think because KP's out now too. 80s is like he's just having a monster bad year.
Hold on, did he just come back? KP just come back probably what, a couple of days ago?
He's in
No,
protocols.
we played him
No,
like
he
3 or
didn't
4
play.
days ago, and he wasn't back.
Yeah, he didn't
He's in
play last game
protocols.
against
Yeah, we wiped the floor with him.
against Grizzlies. I didn't see him against the Grizzlies, and
Yeah, he's in
they
protocol.
beat the Grizzlies without him.
yeah, by like 20 or like it was double digits.
The Mavs to me, the Mavs look better without KP. I think they're not good with him. Defensively, offensively, I look at KP as an absolute mess, and I'm very happy we got rid of him.
One team that was rumored to be in on KP, they were rumored to move one player for KP before he signed a contract was a John Collins. And with the Hawks now is flaring back up again. John Collins wants out. Could that happen?
Please send them
KP
to the
for John
Hawks.
Collins? Play KP as a big old
That's not gonna happen. The
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
the Hawks ain't doing that.
The Hawks aren't doing that. No,
Yeah,
the Mavs would do that in a heartbeat, but not the Hawks.
That'd be a dummy move.
How much is KP getting?
The Hawks should be worried about building with those two guys.
Yeah, they should actually start running some goddamn plays for John Collins if they want to.
Well, as I said, he's already in a Cam situation where he's complaining that he might want out because lack of touches or lack of involvement in the offense.
Yeah, because all his production comes off baseline regular stuff. He has nothing run through him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Trey Young is as much of a talent as he is. To me, I think he can be more of a negative on offense as well as defense because it's just everything is through him. Everything.
KP for Nurkic and
ball dominant.
I still don't like. He's ball dominant, but he took you to the Eastern Conference Finals, and if he was healthy, he's probably taking the Bucks to 7. I don't.
Someone say KP for Nurkic and a Portland.
I don't want to get off. Like it's one of those things.
Nurkic is a guy who gets hurt too, but I don't know if I don't think the Portland wants to be saddled with KP.
Because Nurkic's deal is up. They're not going to do it.
John Collins already. John Collins is Obi's predicament. John Collins is better than Obi Toppin. But anyway,
John Collins is 10 Obi
Toppin. Damn, Cam might really make that Obi pick look bad, man. Because
Obi probably doesn't have a job in a week, or he's going to be stuck on the roster, but he's not going to have a rotation. I'm telling you.
Oh, can I say this one thing about Cam? I forgot to bring this up. So I was reading some of his high school things about he had nothing wrong with him physically. Every single piece I saw that was a flaw, I sent this in the group chat. It was straight up mental stuff and his lack of motor. Every single piece of it. And we talked about this before, but it's like Tibbs needs a 2 to 3 year plan for this dude. It can't be just some regular
he has 1.5 years left. So
yeah, we gotta extend them. What are you paying him if he's not gonna come in and kind of give you close to what he can, or at least what he's doing a little bit better than what he is now? What are you paying him? Because he's gonna be another kid looking for 18, 20.
That's the thing, though. That's why I think that they're not making any trade for any big contract. So I don't even think that Cam's gonna be bad. I honestly think that Cam's talent is gonna shadow everything out because if you put him off the bench, the city's gonna be clamoring for that kid to start because off the bench he's gonna be your best player. He's more talented than any player you got on the roster, and he's gonna demand for the ball to be in his hands. He won't say it, but his play will say it.
It's gonna
happen no matter what.
It's definitely gonna be an issue, especially if he's performing during that stretch run.
He's gonna perform, bro. Gmo, I will put money on it that he performs.
You're gonna get 30-point games out of him.
Let's not jinx it.
But what Knicks fans need to be patient. Not only the team with him, because I know how Knicks fans are. In 2 months, when they see him bricking all these mid-range shots, they'll be like, "Oh, get rid of him." You gotta be patient.
By the way, I hope Tibbs has a leash on this dude, not what he's like with Quickly. Because if some Knicks fans hate Quickly's shot selection, good luck with Cam. Good luck with Cam. His shot selection is 10 times worse.
Might have had talent too.
His shot selection is 10 times worse. But I will say this though, look at his zone percentages. It's symmetrical with RJ. So RJ's hot zones and his cold zones. So RJ's cold zones are Reddish's hot zones. Reddish's cold zones are RJ's hot zones. So they fit on the court perfectly together. So they each will have their own space. It's not like it's not RJ and Julius where they run into each other at the same spots. No, they have their own spots on the court, so they fit together perfectly.
Okay, well.
Do you have a problem then with spacing? With Mitch on the floor with them guys? Because to me, I think it's a little bit of lack of spacing. Because Cam, I think, needs the space to get inside the paint too.
Oh yeah,
I think you're going to need to upgrade to a guy who can at least space the floor a little bit.
Yeah, so I was looking.
You're gonna run the pick and rolls with Cam and Mitch, right? They're gonna just the same way you run with RJ and Mitch.
I'll say this too, Jimo. I was watching like when he was going on his hot streak. He was doing it with Jang in the middle, and Jang is actually a threat from the perimeter. So when Jang will pop out to the mid range, leave Cam all alone in the paint. So it might. Yeah,
but look at also what he was doing last season too, when Jang wasn't there and they was running with Capella and Okongwu. It's the same thing that the RJ runs with Mitch. I think there's enough space, and the guy could play in the corner. He could play away from the ball. He could play on the ball. I think the spacing with him being there is fine. I still would like a stretch 5, but I think they'll be fine. They'll be good enough. They'll be good enough spacing. But yo, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on, man.
Can I add something before you go?
Go ahead, sir.
When they do a small lineup, I would like to see if they can do this. I will. Just in like a 2 or 3 minute span, like when a team goes small, just see if you can put Randall out there at the 5, with Obi at the 4, Cam at the 3, RJ running the offense, and then put Fournier at the 2, and see how the spacing works. Because then your spacing is ridiculous. Like you should be able to space the floor crazy.
So you're putting RJ at the 1.
You said
in theory.
Yes, in theory. Yeah, it's a theory, but the spacing actually works.
Yeah, because Obi will play in the corner. Right.
Hold on. What is it? So you have RJ at the 1, Fournier at the 2, Cam at the 3, Obi at the 4, Randall at the 5?
Yes.
The spacing works out except for
your well, I put Obi in at the 5 quicker because
Obi and Randall better set some good screens. That's all I gotta say.
Obi's light in the ass. It can't happen. Pause.
Yeah, it does 100%. And our bigs just aren't good enough to screen in that situation. If you had a 4 who can screen well, then I'd agree. But I just don't think Randall and Obi screen well enough.
Nah, but yo,
I would nearly take Obi and put Taj in that lineup.
Yeah, you can do that too.
We'll see that lineup. That lineup.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that.
Taj would be if they're gonna go out, they're probably gonna play more 5-out with Obi and less picks with him and just have him in the corner running baseline. Taj will be interesting because you can run so much more screen wise and system wise with Taj out there, and if Randall's a willing participant, you can run a little bit triangle with those.
And you know what? That's gonna be the smartest IQ group. That's gonna be the smartest IQ group on the court, besides Derrick Rose.
Oh, what group?
Yeah, with Taj, Randall, Cam, RJ, and Fournier out there, that'd be the highest IQ group on the court.
You still have 3 knuckleheads out on the court, though.
Yeah, but
that's true. But Randall, Randall has shown that he can play up to par.
Yeah, Randall. Yeah, he has in spurts.
Randall has his moments. I'll say that.
You still do have knuckleheads out there. That's crazy.
Even though he had a knucklehead moment when he fell on the floor, everybody thought he got pushed.
Yo, and RJ had to come like, y'all remember that game when he kicked the dude on the Sixers when he got the foul and still kicked him like, yo, son. I forgot who he kicked, but yeah, Randall got to chill out. So we got.
It was Georges Niang.
It was George Niang. What? No, not this season, bro. Last season.
Oh,
it was a close one that we lost. Of course, he doesn't. He has to do it every year. He's messed up. It was last season. It was the one that I think it was one of the last plays where Randall drove against Tobias and then got like not blocked, but like took a bad shot against like Dwight on the help defense. I think it was that game, but thank you, Ayub Matan, for the $2 super chat. Says just more painful years of Randall left. Just 3 more painful years of Randall left. Thank God. Oh wow, damn. Zoe God salute, Kerry Cox salute, Justin L salute to everybody in the chat, man. I will see you guys here tomorrow at 12:30.
Yo, Guillermo, I haven't talked to you about that. We haven't said about this. Just real quick.
Can I end the
Knicks fans now are trying to run Randall out of town. And what did we say last year when he was having this breakout about paying him? What did me and you say about paying him? That this is exactly that was going to happen.
That he was probably not
as soon as he got his check, his
you kind of had.
Fall off.
I don't say you had to pay him, But you can.
No, I didn't. I thought we should have paid him this year after this season, not last season. I thought we should have had this season and then paid him at the end of this year.
Let's talk about that tomorrow.
All right.
First of all, I love when Joe Madden's here, bro. This dude's a freaking machine. Joe Madden got to come on here more often, bro. Please.
Yeah, you don't put the link in the chat as much.
Stop, because you're not even in the chat, bro. I see the names. I don't see you in the chat, bro. Don't do that, Joe.
I do be in the chat.
All right, don't do that, Joe. And by the way, you definitely changed your number because I have text from you, and you just sent your new number.
I just after seeing your text now.
All right, cool. Because I was like,
All right, bro.
But yo, guys, I appreciate it, man. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Peace, Luke. God bless. We out.